And after that, I would say all hell is going to break out. And I don't think they're going to do it.
Hamas responds the ceasefire is the only way to get the hostages home. The president meets with Jordan's King Abdullah today. European trade ministers meet tomorrow to talk about a response to new steel and aluminum tariffs in the U.S.
President Donald Trump yesterday signed proclamations raising tariffs on those imports to 25% as of March 4th. The EU warns this won't go unanswered and is promising countermeasures. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen says the EU will act to protect its workers, businesses and consumers.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. We sold 1,213 head of cattle on Monday with an uneven market with excellent buyer attendance. Compared to last week, stocker calves sold steady to 8 lower, feeder cattle steady to 2 higher, packer cows sold steady, packer bulls $3 to $6 higher, 3 to 400 pound steers $422, $480, 3 to 400 pound heifers $364, 4 to 500 pound steers $365, $422. 4 to 500 pound heifers $329, $360, 5 to 600 pound steers $330, $365, 5 to 600 pound heifers $3, $329, 6 700 pound steers $280, $330, 6 700 pound heifers $240, $3, 7 to 800 pound steers $258, $280, 7 to 800 pound heifers $220, $240, packer cows $129, $139, canner and cutter cows $118, $125. Packer bulls $160, $170, feeder bulls $140, $145. The cow-calf pairs not well tested this week. Top half the bred cows $1,900 to $2,350 per head. Expecting another good run for next Monday. We do appreciate the business. Talk to you next Monday morning. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
In need of environmental services? Having trouble getting your state lease reclamation approved? JBW Solutions is a veteran-owned company that is dedicated to proudly serving Southeast New Mexico and West Texas with quality environmental services. JBW Solutions specializes in state lease reclamations and compliance reporting and approval, including project management, environmental tech support, soil sampling, and more. Contact them at 860-460-4398 and like them on Facebook.
Wilbanks LLC, formerly known as Wilbanks Trucking Services LLC, is the same family-oriented company as in the past 30 years, seeking dedicated employees. Immediate openings for NCCCO certified crane operators, CDL positions, and riggers. Apply online at wilbanks.us or call Darla King at 575-746-6318. You can stop by 309 South 20th Street, Suite 9 in Artesia, New Mexico. Wilbanks LLC offers competitive pay, paid time off, health, dental, vision, and retirement benefits. All starting wages are determined by experience. Wilbanks LLC is dedicated to the safety and well-being of their employees, providing quality training and safety practices. Wilbanks LLC has locations in Artesia and Hobbs, New Mexico. Coming soon, 74 East Compress Road, Artesia, New Mexico, and 1607 Southwest County Road in Hobbs.
Are you ready to River Blitz? This year's event will be held Saturday, March 1st from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. River Blitz is our annual community effort to clean up the Pecos River recreation areas in Eddy County. Pickup of provided supplies will begin at 7 a.m. at the Riverwalk Rec Center at 400 Riverwalk Drive, with lunch provided for all participants afterward. For more info, please call Mary Garwood, Keep Carlsbad Beautiful Director at 575-302-7665, or simply meet at the Rec Center the morning of March 1st. Come spend a morning that you will feel great about. At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services, from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling LLC, over 20 years experience and serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
And good morning down the 285 is temperatures at 70 degrees in Roswell and the wind breezy to gusty 75 degrees and patchy blowing dust in the Carlsbad Artesia area and 67 degrees in the Lovington area with just a little drizzle early on in the morning. Then temperatures at our studios in Lovington at 61 degrees on Wednesday, 66 degrees in Roswell. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
About time.
It is about time.
Yeah.
I'm standing in the sunrise with the case of the early morning shade.
You ready to rock?
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
Hi, I'm Alexa. This is my favorite morning show. But these guys top funny.
The new and improved Be in the Breakfast Club. Now including Monica and Blake.
It's like I've got the winning ticket in my pocket.
Listening to anything else is like kissing your sister. Ew.
You sick bastard! Look at this! This is a wake-up call, all right? Fine, I got it. Done.
It is February 11th.
I'm giving free guitar lessons today.
Why?
Why is that?
It's National Guitar Day.
It's a guitar?
You can't play, right?
I'm lead guitar. I play guitar.
Okay.
Go play guitar? I can't play guitar.
Right. Guitars?
Guitar. No guitar.
Hey, you picking up guitar? Happy National Guitar Day.
Okay, it's showtime.
Another day in paradise. The question of the day. Hardest thing for you to understand about the United States of America. The hardest thing for you to understand about the United States. I'll go first. Let me go first, okay, Tom? Let me go first.
Go.
How people can be so stupid. I've been saying this for years. How people can be so stupid. They have the greatest country in the world, and they want to change it. And when we find corruption, they want to turn their back on the corruption. Blake, hardest thing to understand about America.
Yeah, is how we let ourselves be fooled so many times, so many ways.
Tom?
Change is good.
That's your frustration, that change is good?
Change always comes. People don't like it, but change always comes.
That's
hard.
Not really.
That's a frustration.
Well, that's hard for people to understand. Why do we need to change? The world changed.
Monica, the hardest thing.
I would have
Tom,
to say.
I'm going to change my answer to Tom A. Reese.
No crap.
No, honestly, I would have to say I expressed this frustration just barely last night. We have such an amazing freedom, but it's when you use that freedom to make choices that go directly against what America means. And that's using a free country to use your voice to speak against the country that gives you that freaking freedom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Today is Be Electrified Day. Also, Get Out Your Guitar Day, Grandmother Achievement Day, International Day of Women and Girls in Science, National Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day, National Inventors Day, Latte Day, National Make a Friend Day, Peppermint Patty Day, Promise Day, Pro Sports Wives Day, whatever. Safer Internet Day. Don't go on the wrong places and it's safe. Satisfy Staying Single Day. Tom?
Yeah.
Satisfy Staying Single Day. And White Shirt Day happening all day today. By the way, this morning, text line 877-396-W105 being brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. You can find them at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day being brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer, Avenue D, and Lovington, more than just a parts store. And, of course, broadcasting from the End of the Mountain God studio. By the way, if you're up there in Rio, so text line 575-454-4935. President Trump announced yesterday he is instructing the Department of Treasury to stop making new pennies because pennies cost about 4 cents to make. And we lose a lot of pennies every year. So the plan is not going together yet exactly what's going to happen. I mean, if we don't have pennies and it's, 99 cents and you hand over $1, I'm due a penny. What's going to happen with that penny? I haven't seen one story what's going to happen with that.
I was thinking about that. Do you think they'll start charging just like a flat cost for everything now?
I think it's going to be rounded.
Yeah.
It's going to be rounded up. And
I bet they still price it at 99 cents. And then
keep that penny.
But for cash customers, they keep the penny. This is another way for them to try to do away with cash.
Hey,
Yeah.
that is a good point.
So Abe Lincoln is taken out again. And this time, Don Wilkes Booth is the guy that takes him out, Tom.
I don't know what. We got so many other problems in the world. We're messing with pennies. Come on.
Well, did you see how much it costs to produce the pennies? Aren't you listening to what I said?
What, man?
Have you ever taken an accounting class in your life?
What for? I don't even count nothing.
No crap. By the way, Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, canceled more than $180 million in contracts, including nearly $170,000 contract to Anthony Fauci's museum. But if you still want to see the doctor, you can go outside and find the nearest pile of dog poop, and Dr. Fauci is deep down in there somewhere. And if you're looking for something different this Valentine's Day, talk with the Magical Adventure Balloon Ride Company and is it Toluca, California? They're offering to take you to the Mile High Club in a balloon with a special some person. And by the way, for both of you, it's $1,400, and for the petition to be slided, it would be an extra $159. Where could that go wrong?
I'm just picturing
Well,
going up.
here's the bad part about that is the balloon basket's not all that big, and the balloon operator has to be there with you.
That's not romantic.
Yeah, supposedly there is a for an extra $159, they'll slide the petition.
Oh gosh.
I just thinking, no, where would that go wrong? Tom Robbins, the author, wrote Even Cowgirls Get the Blues, and other novels, passed away on Sunday. He was 92 years young.
Still Life with a Woodpecker and Jitterbug Perfume and Wide Awake in Frog Pajamas.
Winnie the Pooh.
So
no, he did not write. That's A.A. Milne.
Oh.
His first break, we are packed with stuff, but we'll get to the text line. Price of oil, also thought for the day coming up. We gave money to designated terrorist groups, extremist groups, raked in million from U.S. aid. Multi-year study found that we gave money to groups that we are supposed to hate. We funded the terrorist. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't surprise me.
but
Naturally,
the
it
money
doesn't make
we
sense, but
Well-
ulterior motive speaking, yeah.
Yeah, the money we gave Catholic Services is just mind-boggling. And now I get why the Catholic Church, the Pope, has come out and poo-pooed on Donald Trump every step of the way. And in a heartbreaking story, there are people in Roswell, there are people in nearby Ruidoso that still haven't got their money from FEMA. And last week, FEMA sent out $59 million to pay luxury hotels in New York City to house illegal immigrants and to feed them. $59 million. And by the way, this goes against Donald Trump's executive order. They violated the president's executive order. And these people should be prosecuted to the highest extent of the law. They are right now trying to recoup that money. But anybody that knows somebody in North Carolina, Florida, Ruidoso, Roswell, that have been dealing with FEMA, and we're taking that money. Remember, they said they were broke. The Biden administration said they were broke. $59 million. And whoever made that payment, to me, they committed treason. They committed treason, just like yesterday. ICE went out and they're doing raids, and somebody tipped people off. Those people should be brought up on treasonous charges also. So you like having murderers and rapists in this country? Because that's who they're going after right now. You like that, huh? I don't care what color of skin you are. Is that who you relate to? And if you're an American and you love America, you must hate America. That's the only thing I can get to. These are people that hate America. This FEMA worker that sent out $59 million in payments to pay for people that have not paid a single penny in this country. And then we got Americans that are hurting, that can't rebuild their homes. It's time for you folks to get pissed. Time for you to get mad. This is treasonous. I hope they go after these folks. I hope. Tom and the Tax, 18 minutes after 6, the morning show this morning, being brought to you by WWRV3.com, 988-0392, affordable place to park your RV in Carlsbad. They have 3 RV parks, 162 RV hookups, 30 and 50 amps available. All your utilities included for one low price. They offer high-speed internet included with your utilities. And they're pet-friendly and very well lit up. Go to the website. Check them out. It's very nice. WWRV3.com or 988-0392. Weather up next, Tom.
Hey, Kevin, before he gets to that real quick, I'm looking, and there's a breaking story right here that says Motley Crue's frontman, I can only assume they mean Vince Neil, his plane was involved in a fatal crash. That just came across the screen just a second ago.
That. Yeah, I got that story. That happened yesterday.
Okay.
Late. Yeah, I've got it somewhere.
All right, let's go with the text. Texas Tower Dog. My frustration with America is they judge us by our depth, and theirs is way worse, says Texas Tower Dog this morning.
Okay, and this texter said, Tom A., are you smelling toast? Jody from Lovington says 1 minute into the show, and Tom already says something stupid and is not paying attention to the question.
And do you think that even if they discontinue pennies, that there will still be plenty of them in circulation? Thomas from Alamo is asking this morning.
I would think there's a certain amount, but every year, the story I had yesterday gave the amount, how many pennies are lost a year. It's a lot. It's a lot. That's why they have to keep manufacturing
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
How to answer the question of the day, how the U.S. takes care of everyone but us and how people can be freeloading, crop dusting, flip flopping, and dumb and live in a Willie Nelson RV.
He's not talking about you, Tom.
No, they ain't talking about me.
Gary from the Patch says, Tom A, change is good with get them to fire you. That'll be a change.
Okay. And Anthony from Roswell says, well, you just turned his mic off. I mean, he's already on my last nerve this morning. Anthony this morning. Anthony chat.
Changes.
And that's it for the text, B.
Yeah, we're caught up for
All right, here's a story about Vince Neil. This happened about 2:30 yesterday afternoon. One person died after the airplane crashed into a parked plane.
Oh my God!
After landing in the Scottsdale airport. That happened yesterday afternoon, according to the Scottsdale Fire Department spokesperson. 3 others were injured. 2 are now in critical condition and taken to the hospital in Phoenix. Runway was shut down after the plane crash. That happened about 2:30 p.m. Scottsdale Fire Department was on the scene with several trucks, and one person had to be cut out of the plane.
Oh, wow.
4 other people were on board the Lear jet that was hit. It actually hit a Gulfstream jet, and officials said it appeared that the landing gear failed on the plane, which was owned by Motley Crue singer Vince Neil.
Okay.
According to the filing with the Wyoming Secretary of State, he was not on board the plane at that time. So this is a developing story, but
I just saw it come across, and I hadn't seen the story, so I thought it was like just happened.
Yeah, he wasn't on board, but you got 2 people that are in critical condition. Blake, you did see the story about social media erupt after Schumer opened up a tip line for whistleblowers to report government abuse and power.
Yeah.
And what happened? This is awesome.
They started reporting him and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And
wow.
This is great. The story does not list the number. I wish it did because we could flood it this morning. Tom, why don't you see if you can find that?
Okay.
The number for the tip line, the Schumer tip line.
Okay.
I don't want Monica touching the computer. So I'm leaving it up to you, Tom.
Okay, I can give you the link. It's democrats.senate.gov/whistleblowers.
There you go.
And you go there and you can put your name and who you're with, and you can do the nature of the complaint, and then everybody that you want to whistleblow against.
Oh, please, let's get this done. Let's get it done. Price of oil coming up in just a second. China expanding influence very close to Florida. When I first read this story, I was like, very close to Florida. Well, they're not talking about inside the United States. They already own a lot of land in the United States, but I'm talking about the Bahamas, which is 87 miles from Palm Beach, Florida, where China is dropped a buttload of money. And they continue to develop in the Caribbean. They continue to develop in Africa, and of course, Donald Trump shut them down in Panama, where they were developing. Thank God we have a leader now. Thank God. Be proud, New Mexico. Federal courts blocked Trump administration from sending detainees, the Venezuelan migrants, the criminals, the members of the, what's it called? The Tren de Agua gang. New Mexico district judge. Yes, be proud, New Mexico. It was a judge from New Mexico that put the brakes on this. But you know what? We've already made shipments of people there. Do we have to bring them back? What do you think? So the federal court on Sunday issued that temporary restraining order blocking the Trump administration from sending Venezuelan immigrants held in New Mexico to Guantanamo Bay Detention Center as part of the president's efforts to remove the illegal migrants from the United States. Lawyers for the trio said that the legal filing, the detainees fit the profile of those the administration has prioritized for detention in Guantanamo Bay. So our state is so worried about criminal illegal aliens. We are so worried. So I think they're only saying that they're not going to send these 3 back. So who's going to foot the bill for these 3? They're in New Mexico. Who's footing the bill?
Me, Blake, and Monica, and a bunch of others.
Yep.
So the judge's name is Kenneth J. Gonzalez. Look him up. Kenneth J. Gonzalez granted a temporary restraining order. And so those 3 Venezuelan members, look, these are criminals. These are not like, the kid next door.
Right.
And so they will not be sent to Guatemala. Thank God New Mexico's got time to fix all the bad things in this state. Thank God. And Trump is saying that the ceasefire will be canceled if hostages are not all released by Saturday. He said, I'm talking about every one of them. He said, if they're not released, all hell will break out. He went on to talk about the way they look. They're just, when they released these folks,
yes,
they were starving.
Yeah.
They look terrible. So Donald Trump saying he is tired of playing with Hamas and the games are over. Saturday is the deadline. That's it. And Venezuelan planes came to America, picked up deportees, 200 deportees, and took them back to Venezuela. You see the way that works? See the way that works when you have leadership that calls the other country and says, hey, we got your people. Come pick them up. Oh, you're not going to pick them up? Okay, here's what's going to happen. And they say, well, we'll send the plane. We'll send our plane. How about that? We'll send our plane. Not a problem. Crazy. See, that's the way leadership happens. We weren't getting that from Biden. All right, we're going to get to the tweet of the day in just a second. Let's check the weather being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store. Broadmoor Mall in Hobbs. They've got an extensive collection of FR jeans, coveralls, gloves, shirts, coats, anything to work in the patch, steel-toe boots, safety gear. They've got all of that. Hard hats and a $99 boot section. And if you're looking for furniture, appliances, and electronics, they offer zero-down financing. Go to the website for more information. It's rigoutfitters.com. You can also follow them on social media. They're right next door to Scrub Outfitters in the Broadmoor Mall. Scrub Outfitters has the largest selection of medical scrubs, and they have compression socks. You might not even be in the medical field, but you wear compression socks for medical purposes, and you're tired of the white and black. Those are your choices. Not with Scrub Outfitters. They have a huge selection of compression socks, different colors and designs, plus comfortable shoes. When it comes to scrubs, they have the big name brands like Dickies and Healing Hands and Meg Couture. Find them on Facebook and find them in the Broadmoor Mall. They're right next to Rig Outfitters. Weather for the day, getting up to 55. We got patchy fog this morning. Other than that, it will be sunny by this afternoon. High temperature 55, 20% chance of early evening rain tonight in southeast New Mexico, maybe a drizzle or two. Cloudy skies for the rest of the night after midnight, 38 for the overnight low, and then sunny and 62 tomorrow. Much colder Wednesday night, and down, we're going to high temperature on Thursday, only 49. For Lincoln County, weather looks like it's going to be a pretty decent day, except for the wind. Sunny skies, partly sunny in the afternoon, and breezy. 35-mile-an-hour winds, most of the winds from the southwest, up to 40-mile-an-hour winds tonight, below freezing tonight. And Lincoln County, up to 44 tomorrow, and still very, very windy. Chance of rain coming up later on in the week, but just the wind for the next couple days in Lincoln County. 5-day forecast, go to W105radio.com. Tom in the text.
Toot. I need that whistleblower number again to report a chronic crop duster in Tom A, says the text this morning. Okay.
Well, I mean, they want us to, stop consuming red meat because of the gases that the cows emit. I'm here to say I think Tom emits more gas.
Well, the funny thing about this whistleblower site, which is democrats.senate.gov/whistleblowers, that's where you go. It won't let you submit it unless you put an email and a phone number and your name in there. And then the funny thing is, yeah. Well, you don't even have to do that really. You could just make something up,
right.
not gonna.
I'm gonna put Tom's email.
Yeah, there you go.
No, thank you.
Thank you. I'll get all the replies.
That's it for the
Tom
text.
Tom forwards it to me.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so we'll just put Tom's email. Not a problem. All right, question of the day this morning. I'd love to hear from you if you haven't chimed in yet. The question of the day: what is the hardest thing for you to understand about the United States? And my answer is, how can we be so stupid? How can we be so stupid? How about not everybody, but how can people be so stupid? I think a lot of people are, it goes completely against what John F. Kennedy said. Tom, what did John F. Kennedy say?
He said in his presidential inauguration speech, says,
I didn't ask any of that. I just asked what he said.
Don't let the government help you. You help the government.
What?
That is not what he said. He said,
Monica, what to say? Go ahead, Blake.
He said, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Same thing. I just said it.
No, that's the exact opposite.
Wait, hold on. I think it's important. All right, Tom, I had to do it. Sorry about that. Jury convicts a man for a murderer. He murdered a transgender woman in Albuquerque. Jury convicted this guy to 30 years in prison. I have never seen somebody with a 30-year sentence for murder in New Mexico. They convicted this guy of first-degree murder and tampering with evidence for killing a transgender woman in 2023. This guy's name is Jose Menendez Espinoza, and he killed Sherilyn Merrily by kneeing her on the throat after she tried to extort money from him and attacked him for refusing to pay her. According to how is that first degree murder? Because I've seen people like shoot from a car and kill somebody, and that's not a first degree murder.
No. Manslaughter.
According to the criminal complaint, he was in a relationship with this transsexual for years, but according to the criminal complaint, he told investigators that she threatened to tell his wife about the ongoing affair. He killed her, no doubt about that. But when's the last time we seen a 30-year sentence? I have no problem with the sentence. Let me just say that. But when's the last time we seen a 30-year sentence?
Been a while.
Yeah, it's really, there is no rhyme or reason for some of this stuff. New Mexico Attorney General sues Donald Trump administration. Raul Torres filed another lawsuit against the Trump administration. He joined 20 other attorney generals in suing the administration, Department of Health, Human Services, and the National Institute for Health for cutting funding that could impact the health research going on at universities. On Friday, the NIH announced it would slash their cost by 15%. And so they're suing saying, well, they'll lose some of their funding. Well, about 15%. Don't you think we all should share that responsibility? So another lawsuit coming down. And by the way, every one of these attorney generals, every one of the 21, they're all Democrat.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you guys saw in New Mexico, the legislative session, a bill requiring free feminine products in university bathrooms is making its way to the Roundhouse. State Representative Miranda Anaya, a Democrat from Albuquerque, introduced HB 151, which says that higher education institutes must provide menstrual products to each of the women's bathrooms.
Oh my gosh, that's
Each
serious.
gender-neutral bathrooms also will have to have the products, and at least
I can understand.
in one men's restroom will have to have feminine products.
I can understand the gender neutral bathroom because that you could have both
Sure, go
types
in
of
there
products in
using
there.
the
I
Well,
get that.
here's the problem. Here's the problem I have. We already do that in high school, where we are giving feminine products. So now we're going to be doing it in college. Next, they'll do it at the workplace.
Right.
And the government will pay for everything. You know, back when I was going to school, I know it's been a long, long time. You know what the girls would do?
Use
Imagine this.
Buy their own?
They would buy their own and bring it to school.
Yeah. I was going to say, or
You-
you use toilet paper when you didn't have one.
You know,
I mean, can you imagine that? They would
We
bring
weren't-
it to school.
We weren't provided it in the bathroom. Like if we didn't have any and, we happened to start or whatever. I mean, I know we'd run to the nurse's office. They had it there, like in a central location. But most of
Yeah.
the time it was just girls going to get it.
now at the fire academy,
Mm-hmm.
guys did use those. You know what we used them for?
No.
To
tell me.
shine our shoes.
Oh.
Because they do really well for that.
Like, say, somebody shoots Tom, they work great
Yes.
for that type of
Yeah,
stuff.
to stop bleeding. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I hear the
did you-
military does too. The military, they give them those to shine their
To
shoes
shine their
with too.
shoes. Interesting.
Did you see what Donald Trump said about Prince Harry? There were a lot of talk about is he going
Yes.
to deport Prince Harry?
He
This
said,
is great.
I know. He said he
yeah,
feels
I
bad
bet-
for him already because of what he has to
Yeah,
go
I
through.
bet Donald Trump was like, I bet Prince Harry was sitting at breakfast this morning saying, was he dissing me? He said, no, I'm not going to deport him. He's got enough problems with his wife. That is funny. And the reason they were saying that he could get deported, that he lied about his illegal drug use in the past.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because to get a visa to come here,
Mm-hmm.
you have to say you've had no drug use in the past, and no criminal issues either, and undergo a international police background check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my wife had to have the international background check, so they look in every country to see if you violated any laws.
But
And
that's
if you did, that would be a strike that would keep you from coming to the United States.
that's not unique to the United States.
No, that's everywhere.
Right.
For me to become to get a visa in the Philippines, I would have to undergo the same the same thing.
Yeah.
And in a lot of countries, the Philippines is you can come to the Philippines for 30 days without a visa.
If like say you want to go to Canada, if you are a felon,
Mm-hmm.
you can't go to Canada.
Oh,
Right.
Interesting.
Even if you have a passport, they won't let you in.
Wow.
Yeah. They do the background check and go, no, thank you. All right, 6:39. Let me get to the tweet of the day this morning, being brought to you by Twin Wells Fuel Station. You can find them on Buck Jackson Road if you're traveling on 128, exit Buck Jackson Road. Go down 2.75 miles and fill her up. They're open to the public. They sell diesel, DEF value. Also, they sell green diesel and red diesel, unleaded. Twin Wells Fuel Station accepting all credit cards, debit cards, and fleet cards. Look, this is a big facility that is ready to serve you. They're open 24/7. Just a reminder from the Twin Wells Fuel Station: slow down and be safe. This woman was spot on. She's an independent, but she said what's going on today with Doge kind of reminded her about. Go ahead.
Somebody's got to say it. I'm independent. I think there's good ideas on both sides. There's bad ideas on both sides. But what this Doge audit is reminding me of is like a girl taking her boyfriend's phone and like hiding in the bathroom. And the Democrats are just banging on the door. And they're like, you are invading my privacy. You can't go through my phone. And Elon Musk is like, yes, I can. I can see what you've been up to. And then every time Musk comes out of the bathroom, he's like, look, see what you did? They just turn it around and they're like, you invaded my privacy. This was your fault. You broke my trust.
Yep, that's exactly what is going on today. And of course, Elon Musk is, he's been put in timeout as they work this thing out in the courts.
Wow.
Just again, would you, if you found out someone was stealing from your bank account, are you going to be mad at the person who told you who it is?
No.
Or are you going to be mad at who did it?
I told Blake off the air, I found out that a friend of mine's wife was having an affair with somebody. And I told my friend because I would want my friend to tell me.
Yep. Right.
And instead he got mad at me.
Wow.
That's kind of like this. Don't get mad at the messenger. Get mad at the person that's doing the dirty.
So what you're saying is he was a Democrat.
I don't know if he was a Democrat, but yeah. Texas confirms a growing measles outbreak. School-age kids, Gaines County, right near us. Mm-hmm. They're up to 10 cases, and most of them are school-age kids. 2 of them are under the age of 5. Tom, what's some of the symptoms of the measles?
Some of the symptoms of measles, you get it on your face and stuff.
Isn't it like a red rash?
Yeah.
Fever?
Yeah, fever.
Nausea?
It's also called rubella.
Yeah. And by the way, this is a disease that we eradicated many, many years ago.
We did.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know.
I think the Hobbs News Sun said that there were 15 cases, B.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot, man.
So I think it's spreading rather quickly.
Well, you got to remember, part of the population over there is they don't do any vaccination.
Mm-hmm.
Any.
Right.
And there's the whole vaccinations thing. There's a whole argument all the way around, but they don't do any.
Yeah.
And so if you have a population of
15 cases of measles reported in Gaines County.
Wow.
So fever, dry cough, runny nose, sore throat, inflamed eyes.
Yeah. Town hall in Ruidoso tonight about the regional electric transmission corridor. So tonight is the night to get in there. Blake, you had that story. It's 6 o'clock at the Eastern New Mexico University.
Yes.
And so Chaves County Facebook page encouraging residents to go to Ruidoso and please speak.
If you're in Chavez or Otero County and even Lincoln County, you need to go to this. It's not going to run through Lincoln County, but it is going through Chavez and it is going through Otero.
Yeah, so you need to speak out. And look, if you can't make it to the meeting, there is a online. There's a link where you can go and get that done. McDonald's fourth quarter earnings in the United States. All the talk. Sales dropped. Didn't they have that E. coli outbreak?
Back in November, I believe.
And they had something else right after that too. Remember?
Well, all the talk about what they put in their food from RFK Jr., I'm sure that didn't help, but their earnings dropped for the fourth quarter. Ben Ray Lujan tweeted, I follow him on X. He tweeted yesterday, President Trump has shown his administration is willing to disregard the rule of the law just like last time. Since the Senate Republicans refused to fulfill their constitutional duty to be a check on the executive branch, this new portal will help the public servants with the whistleblower. That was the whistleblower, and he put a link to the whistleblower. So little Ben Ray Lujan, finally, where was this guy when Biden, the Supreme Court came back and said, you can't pay off student loans? Where was he? He was kind of non-existent, wasn't he?
And where were all these people when they were, going after unelected officials?
Sure.
Yeah, where were they during the Biden administration for all these unelected officials they were appointing left and right?
All right, looks like ICE. There is a leak inside of ICE. Can you imagine having to go before Tom Homan?
No.
And he finds that you're the leak?
Oh, God.
Yeah,
I'd be scared.
Here is more on that from Fox last night about the ICE leak.
That led to a handful of arrests, but no TDA gang members. A stop at another apartment complex netted no arrests.
It seems like they were tipped off. They knew this was coming.
So, yeah, I do get the impression that there were some intel leaks here, and I think that probably they did know we were coming, but we're still coming. And just because something leaks now and then it's not going to stop us.
This is the police. You have a warrant. Come out with your hands up.
Also on their radar, this previously deported Honduran illegal alien with pending local charges for strangulation, kidnapping, and possession of fentanyl.
Get the out of my neighborhood! Get out!
While activists yelled
Get a
outside,
job!
agents recovered this stolen rifle from inside the man's home.
Get a job. How about that? It's the middle of the day. Why aren't you working? Move out of your mom and dad's house. See, I'm the protester now. Pam Bondi talked about the leaks. Here's what she had to say and what's going to happen to the people if they catch anybody leaking information about these ICE raids. Here's what Bondi had to say yesterday.
If anyone leaks anything, people don't understand that jeopardizes the lives of our great men and women in law enforcement. And if you leaked it, we will find out who you are and we will come after you. And it's not going to stop our mission. It's not going to stop the president's mission to make America safe again. We were very clear with the lawsuit that we filed in Chicago that if you don't follow the law, you will be prosecuted by the Department of Justice.
I hope and pray that they find these individuals.
I do too.
I really do. They need to be found. All right, thought for the day coming up in just a second. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Fusion Medical Spa. And, of course, Fusion Medical Spa located in the river crossing in Ruidoso. Very soon, they're going to be in their new location at the Fusion Medical Complex, 1034 Meacham Drive. And they just remind you, look, 3 days left before Valentine's. And give your lady a gift certificate at Fusion Medical Spa and let her choose what treatment she wants. Yeah, Fusion Medical Spa is offering many treatments at a 15% discount, including package of 3 skin peels treatments, also the hair lace. They're offering 20% off the vampire facials and the lip lace treatments. And teenagers, if you have acne, they offer the Diamond Glow treatments at 50% off. That improves your acne problems. That's right, 50% off. And before you consider any type of knee surgery, hip surgery, or shoulder surgery, you ought to go talk to Dr. Rath about stem cell therapy. Give him a call, 575-257-4772 or fusionmedicalspa.net for more information. 649, Monica.
All right. It's like you let a crackhead have control of your bank account and you can't ask what they are spending your money on, says
Thank
Jay
you.
in the patch.
This texter says McDonald's is going broke because they had to shut their restaurants down in California due to the high taxes and wages, and the government stole their profits, says the text.
And I agree with you. How can we be so stupid? And where is everybody's common sense? I can't believe how many people don't have common sense, and you can't teach common sense, says John from Seminole. How can our government take so much of our money and just give it away, and they act like everything is okay?
You know, I'm 35 now, and I still remember when I got the measles as well as the chicken pox, and I was hospitalized well over a couple of weeks as it destroyed my lungs, and now I have issues breathing at times. So it wasn't long ago that it was eradicated, says the text.
And this guy says, one of our bio teachers had a whole drawer of feminine products. The girls that were not creeped out by him would go and get them from him. See, those are old school teachers. What that knew boys were boys and girls were girls, and
Right.
and provided. That's to me, that's old school. That's
Holler than
holier.
Holier than
Holier.
thou. If you or your children are not vaxxed for measles and you come in contact, you will get the disease. It is potentially deadly for children under 1, and sadly, they cannot be vaccinated until they are 12 months old, says Holler than leftists.
If all of these people don't abide by Trump's executive orders, why should Elon abide by a federal judge's orders? Keep digging and exposing, says the chief.
Big
I
truckers
still
chiming
don't understand why people are mad that he's finding out all this waste.
right? And big truckers chiming in. Kevin, it's not the fact that they're mad at you for being the messenger. It's the fact that they're mad at you for bringing it up to light. They're fine with their skeletons in the closet. They just don't want their skeletons exposed, says Big Trucker
Wow.
this morning.
Well, I don't know. I would want him exposed.
Yep.
That way I can leave the hose.
Liberals and conservatives get their info from different sources. The actual facts are rarely given in full to either party intentionally. Divide and conquer is the mantra from the few that actually pull the strings.
And this text is offering the scripture. Psalms 33:13. Blessed is the nation whose God is Lord. This is what is wrong with America. If we could talk about Jesus and praise him as much as we talk about the Super Bowl and praise athletes and movie stars and performers, we will see a change in our country, says the text.
There is truth to that, but there are other things that need to be spoken about.
Yep.
And what I don't understand about America is how we have so many county, state, and federal judges, district attorneys, and programs that release, protect, and defend child molesters, rapists, child rapists, and murderers, and nobody seems to bat an eye or care. They just keep voting in the same people, acting like it's okay and normal. Our entire judicial system is taken over by these disgusting people. They should all be charged as traitors and know good and well what the punishment for treason is for what they have done to our communities and people of this country.
Well, you know what's really bad is a lot of these federal judges are appointed, and it's a lifetime appointment. They can do all kind of bad things, and it's a lifetime appointment. It's crazy. Deb Haaland formally announces that she's running for governor in New Mexico. That happened just now. Las Cruces man sentenced to life in prison for his mother's murder. Dylan Alexander Waller, 31 years old, life in prison for murdering his mother. And the jury convicted him of murder in December of this past year and sentenced him yesterday to life in prison. Lawmakers pushing legislation to abolish U.S. aid completely. You know who did that? Marjorie Taylor Greene. We'll see where it goes. Yeah, I like Marjorie Taylor Greene. U.S. aid also is that's where the funding came from for the Wuhan lab in 2019.
Wow.
She mentioned that yesterday on the floor. FAA updating the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. And Blake, you said if you go to Google this morning, it does say Gulf of America.
It does. If you are in the U.S. and you go to Google Maps, it says Gulf of America. If you're anywhere else in the world, Google has it listed as both. Gulf of America
Slash.
and Gulf of Mexico. Yes.
They put hyphen.
I used my European VPN earlier to check that, and that is what it is.
All right, we'll hear from the view.
Update.
What you're saying?
Refresh.
So I use my Apple Maps, and it still says Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, well, Apple is,
It's a
woke.
little left.
Yeah. All right, 6:55, 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock. Thought for the day being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico. Quality products, excellent service, boom or bust. They are there for you on or off road. They deliver in the patch. So if you need fuel, give them a call. They'll get there. And if you need interstate batteries, they can deliver interstate batteries. 575-622-4160 or wakefieldOil.com. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Thought for the day is strip clubs and museums have the same basic rule. Look, don't touch.
That was a good one.
That's the thought for the day. All right, 656. Tom, the price of oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Cementing Solutions, a division of COD Energy Services. Spinnaker built to service the largest drilling programs. They've got over 200 experienced cementing professionals ready to go to work for you. And they've got 25 cementing crews in New Mexico, Texas, and in Oklahoma. Find them on Magnum Industrial Road and Hobbs are at SpinnakerOil.com.
West Texas Intermediate, $73.33, $76.95 for Brent crude, and the price of natural gas is $3.49. Speak.
All right, I'm going to talk about a guy that beat up a college student with a hammer coming up next. But first, let's hear from The View yesterday. The View. They actually said that Donald Trump is going to ban black folks from performing at the Super Bowl halftime show. What?
I don't do sports. You know I don't do football, so I wasn't watching the game. But listen, I think today Donald Trump is going to sign an executive order banning black people from halftime.
See, this part of the problem. That's what you're saying is he had black
I don't
folks.
do sports. You know I don't do football, so I wasn't watching the
He
game.
had black folks perform at his inauguration.
Yeah. And you know what?
So,
she obviously doesn't watch because she would have known that every performer on the field during halftime was black.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what she was saying because it was like I said, I had to rewatch and see what I missed because I thought at first he was just being petty towards Drake, but he was being petty towards America. Yeah. And so that's why I feel like they felt like Donald Trump, hopefully he took offense to it and got pissed or whatever. And that's why he's going to sign the order that no more black people can perform at.
This is what's wrong with The View. She starts out by saying, look, I don't watch football. I don't blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to tell you because I'm the expert on the thing that I don't pay attention to.
Sure. Yeah.
And by the way, how many of the last Super Bowls have had black performers?
At least the last three.
All of them?
I can think of the last three for sure.
It goes back way further than that.
Well, and honestly, they always have dancers and stuff.
Yeah.
Pick one that doesn't have. This is the only one that I know of that wasn't a mix of people.
Yeah.
Donald Trump yesterday saying that you better come forward with that ceasefire. It's gonna end if you do not release the hostages. Here's what he had to say yesterday to Hamas.
Well, I would say this, and I'm going to let that be because that's Israel's decision. But as far as I'm concerned, if all of the hostages aren't returned by Saturday at 12 o'clock, I think it's an appropriate time. I would say cancel it and all bets are off and let hell break out.
So let hell break out means let the bombs start flying. And by the way, we probably know where the leaders are.
Yep.
So I would say go directly after them. Just put the drones up in the air and take them out. That would be the best way to handle this. Maybe pick up the phone and call Habib and let him know, Habib, I know where you're at. I know your wife and kids are in the house right now. And I know your mom and dad are there too. You might want to move them. But I'll follow you wherever you go.
Amen.
We've got a drone following you, and we're going to kill you if you do not let the hostages go. See, Joe Biden didn't have the oomph to do that. No. Donald Trump does. All right, Kristi Noem. I love Kristi Noem. Of course, Tom, you know what she is. She is the secretary of
the of her office.
She is not
Homeland Security.
Yes.
She's the secretary of her office.
So is she the one bringing coffee to everybody? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I'm sure she does.
Kristi Noem.
You're such a sexist.
She's in charge of the Border Patrol. She's in charge of ICE. She's in charge of Homeland Security.
An office that your favorite President W created.
Wow.
Yep,
Here's what Kristi Noem had to say yesterday about a lot of things going on. And she talked about Elon Musk and Doge.
There's funds but that's different from him having access to personal data that is housed
the president has authorized him to have access.
And you
to
feel
that,
comfortable.
so absolutely.
I remember a time when Republicans were very careful about and worried about the government, particularly unelected people.
Well, we can't trust our government anymore.
Having access to personal data.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You are the government.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, is that the American people now are saying that we have had our personal information shared and out
But
there
now
in the
Elon
public.
Musk has access to it.
Yeah, but
He said
Elon
he
Musk
does.
is part of the administration that is helping us identify where we can find savings and what we can do. And he has gone through the processes to make sure that he has the authority
You're totally
the president has
comfortable with
granted
it.
him. I am today by the work that he's doing by identifying waste, fraud, and abuse.
Amen. And by the way, just coming across the wire this morning, Donald Trump, his buyout of 60,000 federal workers blocked by another judge this morning.
You know, my big thing, that was Dana Bash, right? Who was that woman?
Yeah, that was Dana Bash, yeah.
So she's all concerned about unelected officials. Where was this concern for the last 4 years?
Correct.
Well, like with Jill Biden. And
Yes.
where was this concerned with the crackhead Hunter Biden?
Well,
who does not have security clearance.
Well, you bring up a really good point with Jill Biden. The wife of the elected official is leading the cabinet meeting. That's a high security level.
Sure.
And by the way, Elon Musk and the 6 kids that work for him, they're not really looking at personal data.
No.
They are running algorithms. They're using AI to find where the waste and fraud is going. And these Democrats are really upset because they don't know how, or they're not smart enough to know how to stop that from happening. So they have to do these personal attacks.
So, case in point. So these brainiacs, Tom, way smarter than me, are damn sure you.
I think I could help.
They are using AI. And so they tell AI, find how many people are 112 years old still collecting Social Security.
Right.
So they run the program, and they discovered, well, was it 200 to 400 people?
It was 400 and
Yeah,
some
400 plus people that are 112 years old still collecting Social Security.
Yeah.
What do you think are the chances, Tom, that we've got 400 people over 112 years old?
I've heard about them, yeah. They're living a little bit
See,
longer.
you would be part of the waste and fraud.
Yeah, you would definitely be So let me go to somebody. Monica, what do you think is the chances that there are 400 Americans over the age of 112?
I would probably have to say that the chances are very, very slim. We hear about those few that are celebrating 108th birthdays on TV, and that's very rare. I'd have to say, like population-wise, there's maybe I don't know, less than 100.
If there was 3 or 4,
well, and it's not
that would be.
And it's not just people, like you said, 112, right? It's
Right.
There are 400 people over the age of 112 that also have death certificates.
Correct. And
This is not saying those are the live ones who are collecting.
Right. I'm sure they're collecting the ones that are alive, but the ones that he's found are more. I thought it was like 6,000.
Because they cross reference it with other things. It's all algorithms. It's all AI driven. And so again, these kids, and they're all genius level kids, and Elon Musk is paying for them out of his pocket.
Sure.
They are so far and above and beyond anything these elected officials can comprehend that they fear it because they know they're going to get caught in this web if they have any corruption going on. And they all do.
And most of them do. Looks like a suspect in the brutal Louisiana hammer attack. This is very close to my home. So a man accused of attacking a Louisiana college student with a hammer attacked the woman with a hammer is the reason that Donald Trump is transferred some of these migrants to Guantanamo Bay. That's what Jeff Landry, the governor of Louisiana, said. Juan Monreal, 32 years old, charged with attempted second-degree murder, allegedly attacking a Nicholls State University college student near St. Thomas Catholic Church in Thibodaux. By the way, Thibodaux is about 40 miles from my hometown,
Morgan City.
So this guy has been deported before, or in fact had an ICE retainer on him in a different state, in Illinois, but they let him go. And he came to Louisiana, to Lafourche Parish. And by the way, being from Louisiana, there are, you know what they do to monsters, Tom?
Kill 'em.
They'll be crab bait.
Ooh.
They'll be crab bait.
Well, unless that monster's a Rougarou.
Yeah, well, they ain't gonna let this guy out. So
sorry.
They're detaining him. But he beat this poor girl with a hammer.
Sad.
A hammer. And Doge focuses on millions of immigrant hotels that were built through FEMA. I did that story already. I thought this was the story about Social Security. I'm going to hold off doing that story about Social Security. And one more story before we take our break. New Mexico lawmakers propose a bill to revamp medical malpractice. So in 2020, lawmakers passed a bill to raise the state's medical malpractice cap. That is now $5 million for hospitals and $750,000 for doctors. And this session, they are trying to raise the cap for doctors. I do not know enough about it, to be honest, but that's a question we should ask. And is it going to raise the price of medical malpractice insurance for the state?
Of course.
Which is a determining factor if doctors come to a state. If they're that's one of the most expensive things that a doctor has. So if it raises the price of medical malpractice, I understand the other side, because doctors make mistakes, and if they paralyze you, is $750,000 enough for you to live the rest of your life?
Nope.
No, it's not. And look, Texas, I will say this. Tom's buddy, George W. Bush, their tort reform was probably one of the worst things that ever happened in Texas. Yes, it helped hold down a lot of lawsuits, but if someone was, injured on the job, if you're injured on the job, you can't sue the company you work for in Texas. If it's a third party, you can sue them. So you go on workers' comp and you collect $253 a month, maybe for the rest of your life. That's about it. That's about the extent of it. Dang. It's pretty sad. All right, 7:10. Wrap up the Tax Morning Show this morning, being brought to you by our buddy. He's a fighter, Randy Pettigrew, fighting right now. He's your state representative in District 61. He's fighting these liberals. Some of the bills that we're talking about today. Unbelievable. You can count on one thing. Randy is fighting for you. He has co-authored a bill that would do away with the 7-day waiting period. We'll see where that goes. And but Randy fighting for our way of life in Southeast New Mexico, fighting for your constitutional rights, and fighting for your kids when it comes to education and your personal right as a parent. A lot of times these liberals want to take away your rights as parents to raise your kids. Randy doesn't stand for that. By the way, find out about Randy Pettigrew. Go to randallpettigrew.com. Message paid for by Randy Pettigrew. Tom and the text quickly.
Blake, on the land grab issues a while back, you guys had a gentleman talking about trying to make eastern New Mexico a territory. Have you heard anything else about the issue? Now, you texted him back.
It's going to be a long time.
Yeah.
Very, very long time.
Go ahead and read my answer, Tom.
Okay, you want to read the answer? Okay. I have to skip it.
If you're going to do the question after I already answered him, go ahead and do the answer.
He wanted to know, so we got to read your answer.
Oh, God. We just wasted 30 seconds.
Yes, please read the answer.
I lost it. I don't got it anymore.
Monica?
Monica doesn't know anything, says this texter that's always coming for me. Bro, I said that there was less than 100 people that are 112. And somebody sent me a little stat, and it said, according to the current data, only a very small number of people worldwide are verified to be over the age of 112, with estimates suggesting there are likely less than 40 individuals alive at that age. What did I say? There was less than 100. Yeah.
But again, it's all cross-reference. This isn't just go and find me all the 112-year-olds that are collecting Social Security.
Right.
It's go find me anybody over this age that has a death certificate as well.
Sure. And Tommy, you're a sexist, and you wanted to ask Monica on a date. Really?
I did. What did I want to ask you for?
That's false. I don't know where you guys
got
that
right,
from.
No.
I don't know nothing about that.
When is re-election for our City of Lovington commissioners?
I don't.
This year and next year and the year after, they're on staggered years. Remember, they just changed so that they could be on the county state election calendar. So there is one November this year, right, Tom? One or two of the districts, I think.
I have to call Carrie and I'll get some information on it.
Coulter says Apple Maps suck. I like Apple Maps. Coulter. And MTG has got a pair without being a tranny.
All right, here's the response that Blake had. Nothing new on that front yet. I've told him that we want to be him on as soon as possible on any news on this. It's called the Chisholm Territory. Larry Marker is leading that effort, by the way.
Are you okay this morning?
Yeah, why? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Senor El Caliente.
What are you asking me for?
I'm just trying to figure out why a simple text.
Anti-Trump leftist is chiming in on the ICE agents. Maybe they feel like they're doing something wrong. That's why they're leaking info. They should have body cameras.
It is against the law. So I love your attitude. It's okay to break the law if you're coming over here. It's okay to break the law if you feel somebody is doing something wrong. It's the law, and it's treasonous. You treasonous bastard. It's treasonous. We're late. All right, 7:15. Let's get updated with what's going on with the weather. Fog this morning, sunny this afternoon. High temperature getting up to about 55. Maybe some fog and rain coming up early tonight. Overnight low tonight, 39, 62, and sunny tomorrow, and much colder on Thursday for southeast New Mexico. And weather for Lincoln County, breezy, 35-mile-an-hour winds today, high temperature 53, 30 tonight, and very windy, 40-mile-an-hour winds. Winds coming up tomorrow also. Winds calming down, they say, by Thursday with sunny skies on Thursday. 5-day forecast, go to W105radio.com. And weather this morning being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Over 1,000 guns in stock. Don't forget, they still have a selection of the Citadel pump shotguns on sale right now with a lifetime warranty for $159. Over-under shotguns, 12 gauge and 20 gauge for $379 with the lifetime warranty. And they have the Trump 1911s. They've got the Trump Tommy guns and so much more. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun at Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Closed Saturday, always open on Sunday. We're late. We got to take a break. It's 7:16. We're BM, the Breakfast Club, KWMW, Malmore, 105.1 FM, KWES, 93.5, Ruidoso. We're coming right back.
MTD Radio News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Get the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovard. A new documentary about the fatal on-set shooting of cinematographer Helena Hutchins is set to premiere on March 11th on Hulu. Last Take, Rust and the Story of Helena focuses on the final days of Hutchins' life while working on the movie in October of 21, before she was killed by actor Alec Baldwin when the gun he was pointing at Hutchins in the camera fired, killing her. Directed and produced by Rachel Mason, who was a friend of Hutchins, the film aims to highlight the work Hutchins was doing when she died and the career cut short by the tragedy. A new bill aimed at cracking down on violent youth criminals stirred up rigorous debate in the state's capital on Saturday as lawmakers shared their support and concerns about the potential new law. If passed, the new law would expand what defines a serious youth offender. The proposed law would label a serious youth offender as a child between the ages of 14 and 18 who is charged with second-degree murder, rape, shooting at a dwelling, and unlawfully possessing a firearm, among other serious charges. It would also allow law enforcement to transport a young offender in juvenile detention to a jail facility when they turn 18. The bill was tabled on a 3-2 vote along party lines, with Representatives John Block and Stephanie Lord voting in favor of the bill, and Representatives Joanne Ferry, Angelica Rubio, and Liz Thompson voting to table it. And Fort Worth-based U.S. Energy Development Corporation said it will spend up to $1 billion this year, primarily in the Permian Basin. The announcement followed a record-breaking year during which U.S. EDC deployed nearly $800 million into operated and non-operated projects. Chairman and CEO Jordan Jason said the company expects Permian Basin to remain the primary focus of its investment in 2025, due largely to the economics of drilling and operating wells in the area. And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard. This is MTD Radio News.
Medications taking away key nutrients from your body? Struggling with weight loss? Pharmacy 575 offers all your prescription needs and more. From their My Daily Medication program with pre-dosed packages to weight loss plan with in-body scanner or their medication and wellness consultations, let Pharmacy 575 help. With walk-in vaccines and local delivery, they do it all. Go see Pharmacy 575 at 305 East Sanger Suite 600 or call 575-263-2908. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Pharmacy 575. Your health, their priority.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
Is success built overnight, or is it the result of strategic exposure? Either way, every business deserves the chance to thrive. From crafting compelling messages to reaching the right audience, MTD Radio offers a marketing magic that is almost indescribable. Start your journey today by promoting your business with MTD Radio's 7 stations across New Mexico and West Texas. Visit mtdradio.com or call 866-70-RADIO and let us help your business soar. Broadcast your success with the help of this station.
In a world where second chances are rare, Artesia Horse Sale offers a unique opportunity to give a new life to those who need it most. Picture this: 150 horses, including mini horses and donkeys, many rescued from Mexico slaughterhouses, now rehabilitated and ready for adoption. These noble creatures are waiting for a loving home, and perhaps that home is yours. On March 15th and 16th at 183 West Bloodens Road, Artesia, New Mexico, the viewing begins at 8 and 9 a.m. respectively, with sales running until 4. While you're there, enjoy a meal from their on-site food truck, everything from breakfast burritos to barbecue sandwiches. Artesia Horse Sale is more than an event. It's a chance to make a difference. Let compassion lead the way and be the hero these animals need. Visit Artesia Horse Sale March 15th and 16th at 183 West Blevins Road, Artesia, where every sale is a step towards a brighter future. Remember, the heart of a horse is as vast as the land they roam.
So, where were we? Oh yeah, okay. Show's number 1, again.
Be in the Breakfast Club, on air, online, on your phone.
Yeah, you just might see that it's a brand new morning.
And broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio.
Snap on your helmet and adjust your cup.
This is not headline news. There are rumors Travis Kelce is retiring. After watching him Sunday night, many believe he already did. The NFL will play in Australia next year because other countries should also get an opportunity to boo Taylor Swift. Jelly Roll has been named American Idol's first artist in residence, mainly because he got stuck in one of the judges' chairs. And Sheryl Crow turns 63 today. Now as she sings the song, all she wants to do is have dinner at 4, then settle into her easy chair for the CBS primetime lineup. This is not headline news.
Already 7:23. We're going to take out the trash this morning. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl halftime show and some new information about that. Did you see what the flag said? I'll discuss that in just a second. New study finding that people that have a positive outcome on life came out of the COVID pandemic better off than others. I'm going to be honest, it's hard to stay positive when you test positive. You got that, Tom? It's hard to stay positive when you're testing positive.
Right.
Yeah, it is. And according to a new survey, 55% of people believe that the day after the Super Bowl should be recognized as a national holiday. What will it be called? The Hangover Day? I don't think it should be a national holiday.
No.
Tom, you think it should be a national holiday?
They're going to make it one anyway.
No, they're not.
No, I don't think they're going to. Monica, you think it should be a national holiday?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, can you imagine the average Philadelphia residents yesterday on Monday? I'm going to be honest. They didn't have enough energy to beat up a random stranger at that point. Did you see them shooting off the guns? They had to board up the buildings and stuff.
That's sad.
That's nuts. Crayola is being petitioned to bring back some very popular colors. Dandelion.
All that, yeah.
Blizzard Blue. Magic Matte. Mulberry. Orange Red. Violet Blue. Yellow Lemon. Or maybe that would be lemon yellow or raw amber.
Raw umber. Yeah,
People have way too much time on their hands, believe me.
Those crayons have not been around for more than 20 years, probably, maybe even close to 30.
And we survived.
Yeah.
We're okay. Patrick Mahomes saying that Travis Kelce, he does not know if Travis Kelce will be back for the Chiefs next year.
Nah,
Maybe he's
my
done.
money says he's not coming back.
You don't think so?
And
I'll take that bet. Wait. Your money. How much of your money?
$1.
I'll take the bet.
And what about Monica's bet? Did you come through with that?
Which one was that one, Monica?
I bet you that the Eagles were going to win.
I don't remember. What did we bet? $1?
I don't remember what we
The
bet.
hell you don't remember?
Don't remember.
I believe it was a buffet.
I think it was a buffet.
I think everybody bets you a buffet, bro.
Except in this case, we got $1.
However, there are no buffets in this town that I enjoy.
Oh.
So she'll just take the money.
Or we can go to
Ed
Hobbs.
Sheeran.
There are a couple of decent ones here.
Yeah. Ed Sheeran busted in India over the weekend doing a public performance on a street corner without permission. Ed Sheeran performing on a street corner, and then they was arrested. Actually arrested in India.
They just thought he was a busker.
They were like, "Hey, man, you do not have the permit. Come with me."
So let me get this right. Street performers who don't have any money got to shell out money to get a permit to play on the corner to get money.
Hey.
Okay.
Other countries. Sad story about a Border Patrol officer that let drugs and migrants come across the border for money. U.S. Customs Border Protection officer arrested in El Paso on criminal charges related to his alleged involvement in a conspiracy to smuggle undocumented citizens. Undocumented citizens.
They are not. They are
They're
illegal
not
foreigners.
citizens.
Right.
For financial gains and drug trafficking. According to the court document, between December 21st, 2023 and February 5th of 2025, Manuel Pettis Jr., 32 years old of Albuquerque, allegedly smuggled and attempted to smuggle undocumented aliens into the United States. He also brought in at least 5 kilograms of cocaine between November 1st, 2019 and February 5th of 2025, and distributed that cocaine in Texas, Louisiana, North Carolina, and elsewhere. Pettis is charged with 1 count of conspiracy to bring aliens into the United States. He is also, if convicted, he faces up to 5 years in prison. This is part of the problem. 5 years in prison for human smuggling and 10 years in prison for each of the 3 human smuggling charges. 10 years in prison for the drug trafficking. If you are in a authority position, cop or a Border Patrol officer, and you do this, there needs to be a law in the books that say you go away for life in prison. You are in we already have that with teachers. If you have an affair with a student because you are you're an authority position, you're going away for a longer term. I don't think this is enough time. This guy had a kilo of coke. Tom, you know how much a kilo is?
That's a bunch.
That's a bunch. Show me 5 kilos. He had 5 kilos. Tom, show me with your hands on camera. Let me look. Show me how much a kilo would be. Go ahead. Show me with your hands. I'm looking. Go ahead.
No.
Are you kidding me? You show me a bottle?
That's a 16-ounce bottle.
Well, 16 times what? What's a kilo?
Oh, my God.
A kilo is like a brick, right?
Yeah, a kilo is over a pound.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
One-
2.2
one
pounds.
kilo- Yeah.
5 of these.
Yeah, kilo
Five of
is
No.
Now, if you would have asked him what
16
a kilo of like Almond Joys was, he would have been able
16
to understand that.
Look, that bottle is 16 liquid ounces. Kilo is not measured in liquid ounces. It's a
16.9.
unit of weight. That is a unit of volume.
2.3 kilos equals 1 pound, right?
2.2.
2.2. So it is about a half a pound, and he had 5 of those, Tom. So 5 times 0.5 is
30.
11.
All right, injured pelican found in New Mexico, released back in the wild. They found it in New Mexico. What is a pelican doing in New Mexico?
Probably forgot to say so fly south.
Forgot to fly south. Do you know what a pelican is?
The bird.
By the way, they say it was they discovered it at Elephant Butte. So that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
You know what I saw this morning when I was driving back from dropping the kid off at college?
What'd you see?
I had to slow down and look. I was like, what the hell is that? It was an iguana that ran across the road.
Oh, no, for real.
Yeah. I asked the wife, that's the first time I've seen that in 10 years. She goes, my first time seeing it in all my life.
Wow.
They live in the Philippines.
I have never seen those. Bill would punish drug traffickers in New Mexico for overdose deaths stalled in committee. Who would vote no on a bill that punishes the drug dealers? Blake would.
People benefiting from it.
Oh. So the bill to punish the drug dealers for an oversight death stalled in committee over the weekend in New Mexico legislature. House Consumer and Public Affairs Committee tabled HB 107 that would have made trafficking a controlled substance resulting in death a second-degree felony. They would move that second-degree felony for the first offense. The charge would become a first-degree felony for the second offense.
So
supporters said the bill would hold traffickers accountable for deadly overdoses, but opponents feared the punishment was too strong for those battling addiction.
Look, the Democrats on that committee are going to be some of the most far left. Let me guess, Rubio is on that committee.
It doesn't give them. It doesn't give them, but so you're worried about people that are bringing the deadly drugs into New Mexico that
committee
are
was it?
addicted.
Which committee?
Wow.
Which committee?
It's HB 107. It was the House Consumer and Public Affairs Commission. Let me read that again. Supporters said the bill would hold traffickers accountable for the deadly overdose, but opponents feared the punishment is too strong for the people battling addiction. Are you blanking me?
I told you Angelica Rubio is on that committee.
Oh, my
Liz
goodness.
Thompson is on that committee.
Oh, my goodness.
Andrea Romero is on that committee, and Joanne Ferrari, I can't ever say her name, Ferrary, is on that committee.
Goodness.
The only two Republicans on that committee are the ones standing in their way, John Block and Stephanie Lord. Thank you very much, both of you.
Oh, my goodness. New Mexico House Democrats push legislation aimed at addressing the rising cost. So, House lawmakers introducing several bills that legislative session that would impact the rising cost in the state of New Mexico. Democrats in the House said that they doubling down on tax cuts with legislation aimed at lowering the cost of health care, child care, groceries, and overall cost of living increases for the hardworking men and women in New Mexico. How would it obtain all of that? How would it lower the cost of groceries and insurance and all that? It would stop employers from taking credit card fees out of wages for temp workers and preventing junk fees.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because
But that's not really going to bring down the cost of groceries.
no, it's not. But if you are a tipped employee,
yeah, I'm
the
fine with that.
business should not pass along their business expense to your hourly
you're
wage.
100% right. That fee is the business's fee.
Yes.
It's not the employee's fee.
Correct.
It's not their fee. Elon Musk posting yesterday on X, yes, that was a huge lie by the Biden administration. Funds were diverted from almost every part of the federal government to maximize the number of illegal immigrants. And I don't want to hear a damn word about Social Security is going broke. There also appears to be a significant funds stipend from Social Security to pay for illegal immigrants. I don't, that's my money, that's your money. And when I say our money, that money was deducted from our paychecks. That's our money. That is our money. And they took it out of our account, and they should have to put that money back in our accounts. Super, super sad. Super sad. Did I play the cut for Melanie Stansberry?
No, thank God.
Well, you got to hear it, Blake. We'll do that coming up next. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. Passport, Durango, Cougar. They've got all the big name brands. Plus, they've got the fifth wheels, toy haulers, ultralights. If you're working in the patch, getting paid to per diem, put that per diem to work for you. Put it to work for you by actually taking the money that they give you, buying yourself a fifth wheel, and let the per diem pay for the fifth wheel. Hey, if you love to go camping and you're thinking about getting yourself a fifth wheel, call David this morning at 575-622-1751, or just go to the website MadeTrailerSalesInc.com. Cool thing about this website, you can take the virtual tour of every unit on the lot. These folks have been around for 70 years. They give great deals, and they always have great customer service. 736, Tom. Melanie Stansberry is on the way. We'll also talk about, when you're stressed out, do you tend to eat bad? We'll talk about that. And 4 victims of human trafficking operating in West Texas. We'll get you updated with that coming up next. 738, Tom.
Tom's biggest fan is chiming in. How are they going to prove said person sold drugs to overdose victim? Ask the text.
Follow the tracks.
The Pelicans were in Ruidoso about 2 months ago, part of a migratory process, from what I can tell on Google.
Really?
Where do they migrate from? I'd have to go look.
Probably Africa.
Africa. Yeah.
Justin
Man,
from
they
Ros-
must be
no.
I'm not getting here.
Justin from Roswell said, "No one loves Mexico more than the people who refuse to live there." I agree, 100%.
Right. That's a meme I sent to Kevin yesterday.
Jody from Lovington says, "Boy, oh boy, Tom really does bring something interesting to the show. How would you ever have a show without him? It would be amazing to find out."
He makes you feel smarter, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. That was a mathematician.
No, he's talking about you.
Okay. This text says, but Blake, a pint's a pound the world around. So Tom's 16-ounce bottle will be a pound, correct? And we want the correct answer. So ask Tom. Laugh out loud. That's the text. That's what I said.
No, that's a measure of volume. Cocaine is measured in weight.
Unless it's liquid cocaine, Tom.
There you go.
Haas from Artesia is chiming in on the Pelicans. He says, "Hey, B, there are Pelicans at Brantley Lake every year."
Oh, wow.
Really?
I didn't
Wow.
know that. That is cool.
And all of
Makes
you
me
who
homesick.
know how much a kilo and a pound and all those things are.
That's just weight.
I'm just wondering.
I'm just
about
saying,
how you
I know
it's a
because
kilo of anything.
I know.
I work out every day, and some of the weights are in kilos, and some of the weights are in pounds. So, and when I weigh myself in,
it's because
I'm at 80 kilos or 79 kilos, and I always have to go back and figure that out.
It's because the rest of the world uses the metric system. So
Yeah, and we
conversions aren't that big a deal.
Yeah, we refuse to, for sure.
Tom must be really stressed if your diet makes you stressed. Said
Well, and you know this story, 76% of Americans in the workforce commute back and forth, and they say when they're stuck in traffic, that causes them to eat bad. And look, when I'm traveling, I eat the worst. Because when I'm driving long distances, I'm always eating something and drinking something. But they say that fast food stops stress in traffic and that type of stuff causes more people to stop at fast food restaurants and eat badly.
Tom, what makes you when you're stressed, do you eat more?
Have you ever seen Tom stressed? Seriously.
I'm never stressed.
Are you saying he's stressed all the time?
Maybe that's why he eats the almond joys.
The world could be tumbling down. And he's not stressed. He could be up to his neck in a pile of poo, and he's not stressed. He would just be.
Why worry about something you can't control?
But if you can
so your life
whatever.
entirely?
So you just stress eat, but it's not because it's stress.
All right, Tom, continue.
All right. Guys, this is the texter saying a kilo is 2.2 pounds. That means he had over 10 pounds of drugs. That's
there
John
you go.
from Eunice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's John from
11.
Travis from Roswell says, I caught a rare string of the mumps from South America, and it took me out of work for 2 weeks. I was in bad shape. Thank you, Biden and his supporters. And yes, I was vaccinated for mumps as a child.
Well, it's probably a different strain of mumps.
And B, when I worked at the mine, we used to catch pelicans on the salt lakes, doctor them up,
Really?
and take them to Red Bluff to release them. Nasty birds,
Well,
said Sean.
Hey, I'm not
They very
telling you
much
how I
can
know this, but they taste like chicken. They do.
Oh, do they? Okay. Never I've had pecan birds, but not pelican birds.
Think I lost you, Kevin.
Texas DPS made 21 arrests. I'm still there?
Yep, you're here.
Can you hear me?
Yep, you just went away for a second.
All right. DPS in Texas made 21 arrests in January, all related to human trafficking. 4 of those victims rescued were a 16-month-old baby, a 7-year-old baby child, an 18-year-old, and a 23-year-old. And, you know, I've talked about this before. This is all in Midland. And they lump, you know, prostitution in with human trafficking. So, you know, they did have 2 people arrested for sex trafficking, 1 person arrested for sexual assault of a child, 2 people charged with aggravated sexual assault of a child and possession of child pornography, 1 person arrested for possession of child pornography. In total, they had 21 arrests in January for human trafficking in Midland, Texas.
Wow.
Very wholesome community there, too. Right, Tom?
It's gone,
Very
it's
wholesome.
gone unwholesome.
We were in Midland over the weekend.
Oh,
And,
you went there?
Yeah, we were laughing because we saw some people walking, and Patrick's like, where the hell is Tom? Like, he needs to make sure these people aren't messing around
Yeah,
or
it could
going
be
around.
It could be streetwalkers.
Yeah.
Did you see, Tom, back in the day, you were a fan of Rod Blagojevich, the
Yes,
former
he was always innocent.
governor of Illinois? Looks like Trump pardoned him.
Good.
And he could become a U.S. ambassador to Serbia. Your
Blagojevich?
thoughts?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
I always
The guy
thought-
that tried to sell influence to the governor's office?
Well, supposedly.
Obama trying to sell Obama seat. But
Yes.
they
So-
railroaded him.
No, they didn't.
I always said they railroaded him.
That dude's
They've
a
got
crook.
the video on him. Look,
Dude's a crook.
Illinois. I think this is a bad move for Donald Trump. I'm
Yes.
just being honest.
Yes.
Blagojevich was caught on tape selling Obama's seat to the highest bidder.
Yep. Red-handed.
I mean, it was on video, or they've got our audio, I should say. They've got the audio. He was busted, and this is not the first governor in Illinois. I want to say for a while there was like 7 governors in the past that have been indicted for corruption. And we talked about that young man that was found dead in New Orleans. Remember that story? That young man working for Telemundo, and 27 years old, Adon Manzano. They found him in his hotel room. Crazy part is that this young man had lost his wife.
Oh, B.
Several months before he went to New Orleans working for Telemundo. But it was drugs, but it's not the way you think it was.
Suicide?
No. They arrested a Louisiana resident, Danette Carbert, 48 years old. She's facing 4 felony counts, as well as a misdemeanor for fraud and theft charges, according to the Kenner Police Department. She also had a felony charge of possession of a stolen firearm, but her charges are that she drugged him. So took him to his hotel room, evidently for some boom boom in the room. And this is not her first time being in trouble for drugging individuals.
She was known for it.
Yeah, she was known for drugging her. Tom, what's that called when you hire a prostitute? What's that called?
Tom?
A John.
A John. I'm glad you remember that. John.
Yeah, John.
Yeah. So sad story.
How
All
much,
right,
how much are they?
Never hired a hooker.
How much is the average prostitute, Tom?
I don't know.
Well, give me an average.
I'm going to say, what, $100?
$100?
Oh, that's a cheap one. That's probably a nasty, ugly one.
That's a cochino.
Yeah,
That's a real
I ain't going that
cochino.
low. I'll tell you that much right now. If I ever had to do some shite,
Shady stuff.
hell to the no.
Shady.
If I ever had to do some shady stuff like that to survive, I ain't going that low. Ever.
What's your bottom line?
2 G's.
Yes.
Yeah,
There you
we're
go.
not.
So, do you think that's a fair price?
I gotta have enough to pay rent and or mortgage.
I'm thinking like
Honest,
20.
and I don't know this personally, but my wife told me there are women of the night because, long story short, her brother ended up getting with a much younger lady, and there are no divorces in the Philippines. And she said, "Why didn't you just go get a prostitute?" And I said, "Well, how much are the prostitutes?" And she said, "Well, for some things, it's like 1,000 pesos, which is like, $25.
Oh wow. See, no.
And I was like, "What about other things?" And she goes, "Why the hell do you want to know?" Well, I'm just asking. And I'm
just saying.
Looks like Melody Stansbury still upset about Doge. New Mexico representative. New Mexico, be proud.
Of a larger strategy that they want to test in the courts. They are trying to get themselves in front of the Supreme Court because they have a theory, and Stephen Miller's been all over cable TV talking about it, about executive power, and they want to test the theories of appropriations law and the impoundment law, which is put in place after Nixon tried to withhold funds, and which, of course, was the basis on which Donald Trump was impeached during his first term. They want to take it to the courts, but they want to dismantle the government entitlement and especially support systems for low-income families at such a scale and such a rate that they know it would be politically untenable in Congress. And so why are they doing it by breaking the law and testing the court system? Because they know that the American people would reject this because it's cruel.
So what laws are they breaking?
None.
I mean, when they say crap like this, I always want to go, so what laws are they breaking?
Look, this is a typical play for them. We're going to tie it to poor people somehow, and they're trying to hurt poor people by this. Not the fact that we're trying to stop corruption. And look at Melanie Stansbury's net worth.
Right.
What has it gone up since she's been in office?
That's right.
Oh, I bet she is probably at least 10 million.
Remember how she was saying she was a broke single mother that didn't have $100 in the bank?
Oh, wow.
What is her net worth? You can look that up.
Let me look.
I mean, you can look that up. All right, while you do that, it's a different day and age. Donald Trump, when he was elected last time, 11 days in, what was his approval rating? What's his approval rating now? Yeah,
70%.
CNN looked into this. Listen to this story on CNN. This is CNN.
Yeah.
Listen.
You know, I think one of the things that's so important for politicians is for folks to believe what they're saying and that they're keeping their campaign promises. So I think this gives you a pretty gosh darn good idea of what may be going on. Trump's doing what he promised to do. You go back to April of 2017, it was just 46% of all Americans who said that Trump was doing what he promised to do. Compare that now to February of 2025. You know, there was a good show that was on during the 1990s called A Different World. That is what's going on right now. We're living in a different world. 70% of Americans say Trump is doing what he promised to do. Again, compare that to April of 2017 when it's just 46%. When Americans are 24 points more likely to say that you're doing what you promised to do, it's no wonder that your net approval rating is much more likely to be on the positive side of the ledger than on the negative side. And so far, what we're seeing, again, is Americans, 21 days so far versus just 11 days during his entire first term, that Trump has a positive net approval rating. Quite a different world.
I said it yesterday. Do not believe all the stuff in the street, people protesting this and that. Most of those people, they're not voters. So don't even worry about that. Tulsi Gabbard, yesterday, moved one step closer to her Senate confirmation. Congratulations going out to Tulsi. And Ilhan Omar, talking about Donald Trump's Gaza proposal, said it is a out-and-out ethnic cleansing and genocide. Donald Trump never said that people can't move in the Gaza that are Muslims. I haven't heard that yet. Have anybody heard that yet?
Nope. No.
Oh, so how could it be ethnic cleansing? Or do you believe the Palestinians should be in charge of Gaza? Because they've done a terrible job. They allowed Hamas, a terrorist organization, to infiltrate and take over. So why should we allow them in? Blake, did you find?
Yep.
What's its worth?
Now remember, her salary is $174,000 a year. Okay.
Sure.
When she went in, she was worth, with her husband, slightly less than $500,000. That was 2 years ago.
Okay.
She is now worth $1.57 million.
Mm-hmm.
More than triple.
And by the way, most of the money they make is under the table. So do we really?
Things that Doge will find with the algorithms.
That's right.
Yeah. Can't wait. All right, we're going to take out the trash coming up next. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Homegrown and proud of it. Farm and Ranch Supplies, Western Wear. They've got your all the feed for your animals. They are the certified Purina dealer. They also have all your plumbing supplies, fencing supplies, trailers, tanks, tack. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Online at roswelllivestock.com. Also up in Capitan at the Lincoln County Mercantile. Quickly to the text at 754.
John, 770. That's right, Blake. Tom is right. They had dirt on Obama, and that's why they framed him. I always claim that.
I don't think they framed him. They had it red-handed. I mean, he even admitted to it.
No, those other texts, save them for the after the 8 o'clock hour, because that's not family time stuff.
Oh, stop, Tom.
I used to see iguanas in Roswell all the time. Haha. When I would go to Farmers on 2nd for some menudo meat in the same fridge. Ew.
You know, when it gets about 40 degrees, they just fall out of the trees.
Yeah.
I'd see some
Hey,
cockroaches
Monica,
down there.
I missed the show yesterday, and I was wondering if Tom ended up showing up to your Super Bowl party. And if he did, how was he? Y'all, he did show up. He showed up a little bit after the start time, and he did bring the soda that he said he was going to bring, and he brought like this really good, what do you call it? You just kept calling it good stuff.
Yeah.
It was
Good
like
stuff.
smoked sausage with bacon, like cooked in like brown
Are you
sugar.
sure he made it?
I made it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it was like, it was warm.
Somebody else didn't do it.
No, it was
Because he
actually
doesn't know
really
what
good.
it was.
He just
Brown
called it-
sugar?
Yeah,
Brown
it
sugar?
reminded me of something that you bring to like a Thanksgiving meal. Like, you know, like
good,
how you
though,
cook a
wasn't it?
ham. It was good.
That's great for your diabetes,
He
isn't
did
it?
make a mess though. He did. He
Well-
dropped his soda because he like put it on the edge of the table, and he was celebrated. My family took pictures with him. He gave autographs. He was a celebrity.
They need a celebrity.
And he
there,
fell
what?
asleep.
He fell
We've got
asleep.
pictures. I thought of like putting a little video together
He
for
hit
the
on-
W105
He
Facebook
hit on
page.
Monica's mom.
He didn't hit on her.
Just saying. I want to
did
make
not.
sure everything is out there.
So how
All right, let's
ironic?
take out.
How ironic is this though? My mom was listening yesterday, but my dad wasn't. So my mom calls me after the show. She's like, "I heard what Tommy said about me," and I
Mhm.
said, "Yeah." I said he thought you were pretty, Mom, and she goes, "I don't know whether to tell your dad or not." I said, "It's not even gonna matter. Like whatever."
Monica's dad, like, I'm going to cut that Mexican.
Tom
I'm
trying to be
deleting these pictures that we took with him right now.
Tom trying to be your mom Sancho.
Well, no, but I mean, but there was Becky and her. I took a picture between both of them, right? And they're hot mamas. Let me tell you.
How many secret photos did you take, Tom?
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Hey, but
We've
you know
seen-
what? It was remarkable because those same sports facts that he brings to the show, he had all kinds of facts during the game. And Patrick was like, everything that Tom said was true, like the way he was talking about the Chiefs. I don't know why
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't revamp yourself and do more in the sports world.
Yeah, I'm
Seriously.
retired.
Stop being tired. Stop
I'm
being
retired.
cranky and damn tired.
I'm retired.
No. Come out of retirement, at least for sports.
Well,
if I
there's a
didn't love
problem
you,
with
I
that
wouldn't
too,
encourage
Mom.
you. Go
There-
ahead, be
there's a
damn
problem.
lazy then.
I'll tell you later what the problem is.
Okay.
All right, check it out. Trash being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com. Call Kayleen, 575-408-1719. Look, I'm just saying, you might have somebody picking up your trash right now. Are they local? Are they veterans? When little Jimmy needs a sponsor to help him on his baseball team or basketball team or whatever it is, band, that out-of-town company going to take care of you? No. This guy is veteran-owned and operated. Trash-eaters.com or call Kayleen, 575-408-1719. Taking out trash, NFL confirmed the Palestinian protesters was a halftime show dancer paid for by the NFL. So the NFL, and I don't know if you noticed what was on the flag. Sudan.
Really?
Sudan. And under that was Gaza. So, Tom, is Sudan close to Gaza?
Well, they're over there by Africa, I think.
Why do you ask him these things?
NFL revealed that the Palestinian protester who produced a flag with Gaza and Sudan during the Super Bowl halftime show was a dancer hired to perform at the event.
I told you guys I saw
During-
Muslim on that halftime show.
Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance, one of the estimated 400 dancers climbed on top of the car with a combination of Sudanese and Palestinian colors on a flag. Security, in turn, escorted him out. By the way, NFL, of course, partners with Rock Nation, which is Jay-Z, and they have allowed Jay-Z to produce the halftime show for the past 5 years. No word if Jay-Z knew. No word if Kendrick Lamar knew, but NFL says they had no prior knowledge that this was going to happen. Take it out trash, being brought to you by Trash Eaters. Straight up 8 o'clock, KWMW Maltramore 105.1 FM, KWES 93.5 in Ruidoso. Arrest warrant might be coming after Democrats in New Mexico. You heard the governor. She was trying to be the tough guy. I will not let anybody take my people out of New Mexico. I will stop them. Let Tom Homan try. We are a sanctuary state. Sanctuary cities like Santa Fe and Albuquerque. We will protect these individuals, my people. By the way, Donald Trump and the Department of Justice has been very, very clear about them arresting individuals that don't do the right thing. So you know what? I think they should use New Mexico as the benchmark. Don't you think, Blake?
I think so. I think it would be a good example.
I think New Mexico should be. So please come arrest Raul Torres. Come arrest Michelle Lujan Gresham.
Tim Keller.
Keller. Come arrest all of them. Yeah, because they're not going to follow the law. So please come arrest them. And the teachers union. Congratulations going out to the teachers union.
Hey, that
New
ain't
York
me.
Teachers
That
Union.
ain't me.
Not me either. Is that you, Kevin?
What was it?
It's a phone ringing. I think it's you.
No, that ain't me.
Ain't me.
My phone ain't. That ain't me. It's got to be Tom.
That ain't me.
Teachers union coaching migrants how to evade ICE. So the teachers union, go arrest them too. United Federation of Teachers, the UFT, can be heard on a video that was leaked in a Zoom meeting where they're teaching educators how to teach kids and other migrants how to evade ICE at home and in public. Congratulations. That could be taken out the trash also. 8:02 morning show this morning being brought to you by Fens. Find the Boston butt pork shoulder for $1.49 a pound. Fens in Artesia. Get the T-bone steaks for $7.99 a pound. Fryer wings for $1.99 a pound. Produce department, get the shredded lettuce, just 99 cents a pack. Grape tomatoes, just 99 cents for a pint. Cucumbers, 3 for $1. You can also get the buffalo-style wings for $4.99 a pound. You can get the sirloin cut pork chops for $2.49 a pound. And Earl Campbell's sausage, the smoked sausage, 13-ounce pack, the original or the jalapeno, 2 packs for just $5. Plus, get all your refreshments that you'll ever need. If you're looking for Coke, Dr. Pepper, and Sprite, 12-pack, 12-ounce cans for $5.99 at Fens in Artesia. Tom, quickly to the text. We got to get to things that happened on this date in history, then the national anthem and the pledge. Tom?
Bosque County says, do not arrest them, deport them, the whole gang of sanctuary nuts, says Bosque County this morning. Okay.
Well, they're U.S. citizens, so you got to arrest them. You can't deport them. This is their country.
Yeah.
Sounds just like the OnlyFans video notification.
No, that was a phone ringing. That was a phone ringing. I think it was one of yours,
Yeah,
Kevin. Are you sure?
No.
Criminals?
I'm positive.
Nothing over here.
Criminals to find criminal activity is what I meant, said the texter before that. Did you read what they said before that?
No.
I think the White House needs a few criminals to find criminal activities.
All right, is the breakout of measles the 3-day or the German measles? And they're asking, too, how is Will doing?
I don't know.
We'll have a procedure today, and that's pretty much all we know at this point.
And there we go.
I don't know the
So
difference.
keep him in your prayers, please.
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely.
And the Democrats, this text is saying, did we already read that one?
Go ahead.
Are teaching illegal migrants how to avoid ICE. Here's a simple way all these illegal immigrants, you all need to learn how to speak English. Then I can understand what you're saying at work, says the texter. Well, maybe.
And look at Tom over here living in the Sancho life, trying to be Monica's stepdaddy. He could never. Tom, who's prettier?
Look, if he tries, he'll get cut.
That's right. Tom, who's prettier, Monica's mom or Hillary?
That's a loaded question.
I'm gonna tell her if you
No,
dare
go ahead.
say Hillary.
No, let him.
Hey, wait,
I
wait,
wanna know
wait,
his
wait.
real
We
opinion.
left out one thing, Monica. Did your mom hear you talk about how you walked in on them one time?
She didn't hear
She
that
heard-
part, but my Uncle
she
Mike,
did.
but Uncle Mike
Now
called
she
my
did.
dad to tell my dad that I was out there putting their business. I said, "Hey, I make no apologies.
Welcome to the radio.
Welcome to radio. I've been talking about y'all on the radio. Tune in.
So, Tom, who's better?
Who's better?
Who's
Who's
better looking? Molly Campos or Hillary Clinton?
I think George knows the answer to that one.
Hey, that
No,
was a classic answer.
Tom, in your opinion,
who's better, Tom?
Who's better looking?
Who's got more bounce to the ounce?
Bounce to the ounce.
You know, I mean, I'll answer. I think my mom's beautiful. I think she's one of the most beautiful
Well,
women in the world.
I haven't even seen your mother, and I can guarantee you she's better looking than Hillary
Oh,
Clinton.
absolutely. I don't know how you think that Hillary is pretty. Maybe in her younger days. Maybe. Let's give her that.
All right, Molly, when I
Hillary's
come
gotta go.
back in the town,
But he does live
I'm
in
gonna
the past.
meet you and your hubby,
Yes.
and I'll make sure and say that you're better looking than Hillary. Tom can't say it, but you know.
Sean and Carlsbad is saying, "Hey, Monica, how many pairs are you missing?"
None.
I didn't go in her room and
None.
search for panties or nothing like that.
He didn't. And then they wanted to know about that. My mom and dad wanted to know why the audience was asking that. And I said, well, there's a story behind that because
He
we and
steals underwear.
Kevin's pennies came out missing.
I didn't even ask him to pick up the clothes for me either.
Mm-mm.
That's what's sketchy as hell.
Because
That's
Tom
what
is a panty raider.
That's crazy, Tom. If you have
Well,
that kind of fetish.
Did you know, man? Did you know that
He wears
he
them.
actually tried on his ex-wife's panties?
Yeah, I remember that story.
It was a honeymoon thing. I don't know why I shared it with you guys.
Yeah, you should have never.
You do crazy
No,
stuff on your
you
honeymoon.
should know much better. All right, let's get to things in history. Being brought to you by 2ATacticalRange.com. 2A Tactical now open 7 days a week. You can find them 236 East Navajo and Hobbs, veteran-owned and operated, largest selection of firearms around. They've got the Milo FBI training simulator along with the state-of-the-art indoor firing range. Pay by the month or pay by the hour. There's over 1,000 different scenarios with that Milo FBI training simulator. If you want to teach the family how to protect themselves, this is a great tool. They also sell a huge selection of firearms. Financing's available. They have a large selection of optics, suppressors. By the way, speaking of your suppressor, when you apply to get your suppressor and you're waiting for approval from the feds, they you can actually use it at the range. They do safety training, one-on-one or group setting. 2A Tactical open 7 days a week. And Hobbs, just go to the website, 2ATacticalRange.com, proud sponsor of things that happen on this date in history.
On this day in 1752, the very first American hospital opened in Philadelphia. And after the Super Bowl, I think they tried to burn it down. In 1858, that French girl named Bernadette claimed to have seen a vision of the Virgin Mary near Lourdes. Yeah, if it hadn't been for that, Madonna wouldn't have known what to name her daughter. On this day in 1942, the first Archie comic book made its debut. You knew I had to throw a comic book thing in there.
Yeah.
It was on this day in 1964 that the Beatles performed their very first U.S. concert in Washington, D.C. And on this day in 1978, who was president then, Tom?
It was
78.
Carter.
Yeah, President Carter became the first president ever to ride in a Boeing 747. So see, he did have an accomplishment. In 1990, Nelson Mandela was freed from prison after 27 years. Some people say he died in prison. Some people say he was released. That's called the Mandela effect. In 1993, President Clinton appointed Miami prosecutor Janet Reno to be the nation's first female attorney general. Another woman Tom thought was hot. She killed a bunch of Branch Davidians in Waco, Texas to celebrate. In 2006, Dick Cheney accidentally shot his quail hunting partner, that was 78-year-old Harry Whittington, in the face. He didn't die, but Harry passed away in 2023 at the age of 95. And how fast does time fly? It was 13 years ago today that we lost Whitney Houston in 2012.
Oh my gosh.
Today is National Guitar Day, National Inventors Day, National Peppermint Patty Day. And I don't know if it's the real peppermint patty or the Charlie Brown peppermint patty. National Shut-In Visitation Day, National White Shirt, White T-Shirt Day, National Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day, and National Make a Friend Day. Valentine's Day is Friday. We are 6 days away from President's Day. Taylor Lautner turns 33 today. Yeah, early in his career, he was quite the wolf, especially during a full moon. Tom, he was in the Twilight movies and then went on to be that guy from the Twilight movies. Kelly Rowland, one of the other ones from Destiny's Child, turns 44 today. She was one of the two members known as Not Beyonce. Singer and actress Brandy, a.k.a. Moesha, a.k.a. Cinderella, is now 46.
Never heard of her.
Seriously, Tom? Okay.
Is she on the Hallmark Channel?
No.
No.
I'll show her to you in a minute.
I'm not even going there. Mike Shinoda is 48 today. Go ahead, Tom.
Never heard of her.
Lincoln Park and Fort Minor MC. That's what he's known for. Jennifer Aniston turns 56 today. What show was she on, Tom?
She was in the movie Friendship.
Friends.
Give me a friend, please.
TV series. You know, she's 56 today.
Oh my gosh.
She will always be 30 in Rachel to me.
Yeah.
She's very hot for Barack Obama nowadays.
Yeah.
Mike was upset.
Well. You get what you get. Sarah Palin is 61 today. Another hot one.
We shared a moment together, her and I.
No, you did not.
No, you did.
Getting off that plane with her baby, and she looked at me like...
She looked right through you.
Yeah.
She didn't know you exist. Sheryl Crow turned 63 today. Name a song, Tom.
Picture.
Yes. Ding Ding with Kid Rock. Good job. All I Want to Do, etc.
Is a zoom, zoom, zoom.
Lance Armstrong's ex. Olympic speed skater Mary Doctor turned 64 today.
Doctor.
John Elias Bush, better known as
Bush.
Jeb.
What was it, Jeb?
Turned 72 today. What was Jeb's job?
He was the governor of Florida.
He was. First thing you know,
Nobody's
Jeb's a
brother.
millionaire. Tina Louise Ginger from Gilligan's Island turns 91 today. And
Survivor of the Gilligan Show.
as for the old Ginger or Marianne question, well, you're down to just one choice anyway, because Marianne, Dawn Wells, she passed away in December of 2020 at the age of 82. And those are the
You know what
birthdays
they
today.
say. The good die young.
I
Only the
like,
good
I
die
like Miss
young.
Howell. She was hot.
Of course you do.
What the hell is that?
Of course you do. Those are the birthdays
unbelievable.
today. If you share a birthday with them, happy birthday to you. And Kevin, the other things are the things that happened on this day in history.
All right, on the way, Scott Jennings talks about Doge and why Democrats are upset. We'll hear from him. And Elizabeth Warren, 15 years ago, about government corruption and now. What's she saying now? Then and now. And Tucker Carlson talking about Ukraine and the cartels. Is there a connection? Is there a Mexican cartels and Ukraine? You got to listen. We'll get to that when we come back. Let's get updated, find out what's going on with news. We'll do that in a second. We got to do our national anthem and our pledge, being brought to you by Rebecca Long. She's your Farmers Insurance agent, has been for 40-plus years. 40-plus years of helping people, finding people the lowest possible quote, and taking care of folks across southeast New Mexico. Give her a call if you've been thinking about getting a quote for your insurance. You're shopping it around. 575-393-2661. She can take care of your home, your auto, your recreational vehicles, commercial insurance, life insurance. 575-393-2661. She can serve all of southeast New Mexico. Call her today, 575-393-2661. Proud sponsor of the National Anthem and the Pledge.
Good morning. My name is Chase Mazurek. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
817, large prayer this morning being brought to you by Judah Oil, reminding you God is in control.
From 1 John this morning, there is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love.
This is Ashley with Judah Oil, and I ask that you join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who've trespassed against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
Let's get updated with news. 18 after 8 news this morning being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm. When an accident happens, it's when you least expect them, and you need an attorney that you can trust. That's the RagsdaleLawFirm.com for more information. Luke Ragsdale, specializing in car accidents, personal injury, medical malpractice, auto accidents, and more. Based in Roswell, they serve all of southeast New Mexico. And don't forget, you never pay a penny until they actually win your case. They offer free consultations. And Luke Ragsdale, 575-228-5300. Online, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. We got a lot of stories to get to. Stand by for that. We'll be right back. We're beyond the Breakfast Club.
News. I'm Chris Foster. President Trump meets this morning with Jordan's King Abdullah, who's rejected a plan for the U.S. to take over the Gaza Strip next to Israel. The president says a ceasefire there should be canceled unless all hostages are released by Saturday.
Hamas said it would delay the next hostage release, accusing Israel of violating the terms of the ceasefire agreement by targeting Palestinians in Gaza and delaying the entry of medicines and supplies. In turn, Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz says Hamas is the one violating the ceasefire terms by postponing the release of the hostages.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth reverses a 2023 Army base name change.
I direct the Army to change the name of Fort Liberty, North Carolina to Fort Bragg.
But now honoring World War II hero Roland Bragg, not Confederate General Braxton Bragg as it had been since 1918. America's listening to Fox News.
In a world where second chances are rare, Artesia Horse Sale offers a unique opportunity to give a new life to those who need it most. Picture this: 150 horses, including mini horses and donkeys, many rescued from Mexico slaughterhouses, now rehabilitated and ready for adoption. These noble creatures are waiting for a loving home, and perhaps that home is yours. On March 15th and 16th at 183 West Bloodens Road, Artesia, New Mexico, the viewing begins at 8 and 9 a.m. respectively, with sales running until 4. While you're there, enjoy a meal from their on-site food truck, everything from breakfast burritos to barbecue sandwiches. Artesia Horse Sale is more than an event. It's a chance to make a difference. Let compassion lead the way and be the hero these animals need. Visit Artesia Horse Sale March 15th and 16th at 183 West Blevins Road, Artesia, where every sale is a step towards a brighter future. Remember, the heart of a horse is as vast as the land they roam.
This is Davis Smith, the Gorilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
The Core Homeschool PE program has begun for the new school year. Fulfill the PE requirements for your homeschoolers at the Core with a variety of physical activities and sports, including basketball, soccer, swimming, and our Ultimate Warrior course. Join us Tuesdays and Thursdays throughout the school year at 10 a.m. or 2 p.m. Registration is open monthly and is $20 per member, $25 for non-members, and siblings get $5 off. Register now at corehobbs.com in person or call 575-391-6912 for more info. The Homeschool PE program is back from the Core and your city of Hobbs.
Is success built overnight, or is it the result of strategic exposure? Either way, every business deserves the chance to thrive. From crafting compelling messages to reaching the right audience, MTD Radio offers a marketing magic that is almost indescribable. Start your journey today by promoting your business with MTD Radio's 7 stations across New Mexico and West Texas. Visit mtdradio.com or call 866-70-RADIO and let us help your business soar. Broadcast your success with the help of this station.
Embark on a magical adventures with dragons and mythical beasts at the Spencer Theater for the Performing Arts. On Monday, March 3rd at 6 p.m., experience an interactive show featuring magnificent monsters and spellbinding stories, and marvel at the lifelike giant puppets that bring these creatures to life on stage. Get your tickets today by visiting www.spencertheater.com or by calling the box office at 575-336-4800. We'll see you at the Spencer.
Wilbanks LLC, formerly known as Wilbanks Trucking Services LLC, is the same family-oriented company as in the past 30 years, seeking dedicated employees. Immediate openings for NCCCO certified crane operators, CDL positions, and riggers. Apply online at wilbanks.us or call Darla King at 575-746-6318. You can stop by 309 South 20th Street, Suite 9 in Artesia, New Mexico. Wilbanks LLC offers competitive pay, paid time off, health, dental, vision, and retirement benefits. All starting wages are determined by experience. Wilbanks LLC is dedicated to the safety and well-being of their employees, providing quality training and safety practices. Wilbanks LLC has locations in Artesia and Hobbs, New Mexico. Coming soon, 74 East Compress Road, Artesia, New Mexico, and 1607 Southwest County Road in Hobbs.
2, 3, here we go.
You see, this is what happens when you let sick people play with powerful toys.
It's like I've got the winning ticket in my pocket.
Here we go, back to being the Breakfast Club. Be part of the show. 877-396-W105.
Pick up the phone and call me right now.
You know, if we do away with the penny, what are we going to do with all these songs?
I know you want an omelet over easy or Benedict style. Well, good luck finding a cheap Grand Slam, 'cause the price of eggs is high across the land. It's too much for eggs at IHOP, Waffle House, and Dennis too. Ain't no way I'm paying that much money unless my mama tells me to. It's too much for eggs at IHOP.
All right, that's not the right one, but that was good. Here's the one about pennies.
Every time it rains, pennies from heaven.
You're saving your pennies for a rainy day. Saving your pennies for a rainy day.
Pennies rain down, but the dollars never touch the ground.
What are we going to do with all the penny songs? I don't know what we're going to do with those. Those will become pretty much.
How did you leave out Penny Lane?
Right. Yeah, that one. That one. I couldn't find it, evidently, so I left it out. Looks like 2 people walked away from a small plane crash in Central California after the aircraft landed upside down. Maybe they were being recruited for Spirit Airlines pilots. I don't know. Plane was located
the physical
in
the physical Spirit Airlines, or what you become after the plane crash, Spirit Airlines.
Yeah. Both of those. Anyway, they landed in a vegetable field. Maybe the vegan meal was optional. Maybe. Emergency responders in Colorado came together to conduct a very unusual rescue. I think you did this about the pony that was stuck down the septic tank.
Yeah, I think we did talk about that.
Yeah, I think it was halfway stuck in the septic tank. That could be a country song.
Could be.
Halfway stuck. Yeah. Bryan Adams canceling his concert Saturday night in Australia when the stadium's main pipes clogged due to fat and grease stuffed down the toilets.
Ew.
What the hell is fat and grease doing in the toilets?
Ew.
And Starbucks offering a free hot or iced coffee yesterday to members of their reward program the day after the Super Bowl. Since it was free, can I at least drink it there and suck up all your internet?
Nope.
I can't? Oh, I guess
I
that's
think it
going to
was
be a problem.
a comeback for the commercial that put them on blast.
Yeah. Lawsuit filed by more than a dozen religious groups against the Trump administration. Should they lose nonprofit status?
Yep.
Okay, let me give you the list. Episcopal Church, the Union for Reform Judaism, American Baptist Churches of the United States, Catholic Charities of the United States, Christian Church, Disciples of Christ, Church of the Brethren. I'm looking for some that Jewish Council for Public Affairs, National Council of Churches, United Church of Christ, United Methodist Church.
Wow.
And the list goes on and on and on. So all in all, 19 churches filing suit against Donald Trump. And you got to love it. You got to love Pete Hegseth working out this morning with the guys, doing PT alongside the Warriors, Tom. And he said, no bureaucracy, just sharp minds, strong bodies, and mission-first mindset. You can see him actually running and weightlifting with the guys.
Wow, that's neat.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
And this story just came out that Travis Kelce felt helpless when Taylor Swift was booed at the Super Bowl. And you know what? Like him, hate him, I get this because I'm a protector of my wife. I want to protect her, and I don't want nobody hurting her feelings.
Yep.
Travis said that he was aware of Taylor getting booed and he felt helpless. Seeing the look on her face got to him. We showed it on the Jumbotron.
She's a big
And
girl.
he said he always protects her, and it broke his heart not to be there for her.
She a big
So-
girl. She can
It
take
messed up his chance to ask her to marry him.
Yeah, I mean, love him, hate him. I respect a guy that takes care of his woman.
100%.
Tom, would that bother you if they would have booed your wife?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, because she left me after 92 days.
No, okay.
So which
American-
was it? Because you gave both answers. You said yeah, and then you said no. Which
no.
one is it?
Well, I mean, isn't that typical Tom
Yes.
arguing with himself? Yeah,
Yes.
no. Hell no. Yes, of course. American tourists attacked by a shark in the Bahamas. Very, very popular resort in the Bahamas. Multiple U.S. residents attacked by sharks. Nothing kills tourism like sharks.
Why are they in Congress?
Well, illegal alien charged with a sandwich shop owner's murder, caught and then released into the United States by Joe Biden, according to ICE. Suspect in the terrible murder of that Massachusetts sandwich shop owner, 25-year-old illegal alien from the Dominican Republic, was released back in the United States after he was carded by Joe Biden in September 2022, according to ICE. Came into the United States and ended up attacking a guy in Massachusetts and killing the guy for no apparent reason. House is looking for a DWI prosecution. They're looking to make it easier to prosecute DWIs in New Mexico. Blake, you see this story?
No.
Well, let me give you a word of advice. I mean, if you're going to prosecute individuals, maybe number one, you don't cook the books where lawyers and police officers are making money off of DWIs. I mean, I'm just thinking, and if you don't think this is a reaction from that, it is. This is what Democrats do. They mess things up, and then they overreact to what they mess up. We're here to fix it. But lawmakers want to make prosecuting DWI cases easier by allowing officers to obtain a search warrant for blood tests faster in more instances than currently allowed. On Monday, that bill that would do just that faced some skeptics who say it's not necessary. Look, we have DWI laws. For whatever reason, we do a terrible job prosecuting DWIs, and we give people way too many chances. I don't think the ability to prosecute is the problem.
I found the article and was reading along while you were talking. Apparently, this was sponsored by Andrea Reeve out of Clovis.
Yeah, from Clovis. And she's putting a lot of crime bills out there. But I don't think the problem is that we can't prosecute or don't have the ability. I don't think that's actually the issue. I think these judges are very, very soft. Look at Texas, the way Texas. After 3 DUIs, you're doing jail time. In New Mexico, it's just not like that. We got people that have like 18 DUIs.
Yep.
Right.
I think that's part of the problem. 1.4 million in cocaine seized in Eagle Pass on the border bridge. $1.4 million worth of cocaine seized in a single enforcement action on Thursday of last week at the International Bridge in Eagle Pass, Texas.
Wow.
Border Patrol officer. Lots and lots of drugs coming across. Tom, what's the town right across from Eagle Pass?
It's Eagle Pass, Mexico.
Negros Negros. Anyway, they found 108 pounds of cocaine in the truck. Wow. 108 pounds. They say the street value is about $1.4 million. Oh, wow. That's a lot of cocaine. And a woman takes a plea deal for a 2023 Santa Fe murder. The bizarre case out of Santa Fe where police say a couple conspired to kill a woman as part of a secret organization. One of the suspects took a plea deal on Monday as prosecutors gear up for the trial of the second suspect. One of the most unusual cases that I've ever counted, Haley Murphy said, the district attorney of Santa Fe County. What happened to Grace is horrific and has shocked law enforcement, shocked members of the office since the day it came in, and they approved the search warrants. Santa Fe police said that Kyra McCurley and Isaac killed Grace Jennings in 2022. According to the criminal complaint, both of them exchanged text messages talking about killing Jennings and how they would clean it up so they could move up the ranks in a secret organization. Facts of that story came out, and this was part of a Grace was somehow a sex trafficker. So these two are facing up 30 years in prison.
Only 30 years.
30 years in prison.
Only 30 years. Yeah. Which will be about 13.
Yeah, once they, yeah, no doubt. Where do you think New Mexico stands when it comes to education? So another Wallet Hub poll came out. The most and least educated states. Having a good education brightens the future, opens doors. They looked at 18 metrics to education. Degree holders, high school diplomas. They looked at 18 different things. And New Mexico, near the bottom of the list at number 42. At least we're not last.
How did we move up that far?
I was going to say, when did we move up?
Yeah. Well, this is Wallet Hub. You got to remember, this is not testing school.
I was going to say, the way they actually measure it, that's very subjective. Yeah. Like, did the state send them a lot of money?
Sure.
Yeah. Some of the least educated states, Texas was also on that list. And by the way, their test scores show totally different.
Right.
That they're one of the least educated states.
They usually rank in the middle of the pack.
Right. Wallet Hub said the most educated states: Massachusetts, Maryland, Vermont, Colorado, Connecticut, Virginia, New Jersey, New Hampshire, Washington, and Minnesota. We're going to talk about a monkey monkeying around, knocked out electricity for an entire country.
Dang.
I'll get to that up next. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Wood Swan. Give Sherry a call this morning at 575-430-2325 or go to woodswan.com. 575-430-2325. Look, these folks have a 30,000 square foot manufacturing plant, and they make furniture that's shipped out all across the United States. You can go to the website, woodswan.com. This is a awesome place that they can custom make furniture. They do wood slab dining room tables, and it's not just wood that is native to New Mexico. They bring in a lot of different wood. They can make coffee tables, end tables, nightstands, conference tables. Go check them out and look at the beautiful works of art. woodswan.com. for more information. Tom on the text, boob of the day up next.
All right, Linda in Carlsbad is chiming in. She's asking, who are our people? Do they pay taxes that contribute to the economy, or do we contribute to them? If we were illegal in their country, you know darn well we would be deported. Linda in Carlsbad this morning.
Toby from Hagerman says, I understand where Travis Kelce is coming from, but on the same hand, he should tell her to keep her opinions on politics to herself or reap the consequences.
Yeah,
I agree. A good man will tell you, keep your mouth damn shut, girl.
And,
well,
go ahead.
I mean, and they both have the same political views, I think. If
They do.
didn't.
Kelsey's a big-time
Correct.
lib also.
Correct. Go ahead, Tom.
And Hunter is going to be mad when he finds out that his shipment was seized, says that's one texter.
And Tom can't protect his girlfriend because blow-up dolls have no feelings.
Good.
Said Monica Heater.
And that blow-up doll has had a slow leak for a while.
And Jay and the Pecos in the patch, exactly. I think if there is ICE hold on any individual, he said they should be released. The county, state should be able to be sued because the only time they care is when we hit them in the pocketbook, says Jay in the patch this morning.
And we all know Tom didn't set a record on running the mile, but that has to be the world record flip-flop about his wife, said Bosque County.
Ex-wife.
Have you ever heard Tom's girlfriend talk to him? Sounds something like this. All right, breaking story out of Washington, D.C. 4 FEMA employees fired over the payments for hotels and migrants in New York City. Elon Musk said that Doge discovered $59 million in payments to luxury hotels and for food for migrants last week, going against the Donald Trump executive order. All 4 employees are being fired today. By the way, shouldn't they also be charged criminally?
Well, yeah, they took that money without anybody's permission.
It's treasonous. We have victims of hurricanes and fires and floods that are doing without. These 4 individuals, by the way, released their names too. I think public shaming is good. I do. I think it's great. All right, Boob of the Day at 8:42. Boob of the Day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, medical professionals on staff, 6 years in business. Yeah, this month they celebrate their birthday. 6 months in 6 years in business. They offer natural supplements, stem cell therapy. If you're going to be having surgery soon, the doctor said you need surgery, go talk to Kelly about stem cell. That is another alternative. They also offer ozone therapy and the cryotherapy chamber. They offer a lot of different aesthetics to look much better. And ladies, they offer hormonal optimization. If you're going through menopause, talk to them about optimizing your hormones. And guys, testosterone. I gave myself my injection tonight. Testosterone's a game changer. You're looking to get the oomph back. The oomph. Yeah, it all begins with testosterone. Let them check your blood work to make sure your testosterone levels are low. And if you need testosterone, 3900 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs, 575-964-8025, Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
You should probably reconsider getting married if you're arguing over a wedding venue and one of you gets stabbed in the neck.
Oh, dang.
Police in Washington arrested a 22-year-old woman named Kaylee Brantner after she stabbed her boyfriend in the neck during an argument about their wedding venue. The boyfriend claims Kaylee was the aggressor and that she got out of control when the conversation got heated, and he was trying to leave out the back door when he felt the pain in his neck.
Oh, my God.
Ooh.
She was a pain in the neck.
Kaylee claims it was self-defense and she picked up the knife because she was scared. She said the stabbing happened when she, quote, put her hands up when he was coming toward her. Now, there's no indication that the boyfriend's injury is life-threatening. It also sounds like the police believe his version of the story because putting your hands up is a different motion than stabbing down in the back of your neck if you're coming towards someone.
That's true.
So there you go. For that, she is the boob of the day, and he is the one who should run away. Kevin?
Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Deb Holland made it official this morning. Deb Holland is running for governor of New Mexico. You think Michelle Lujan Gresham is bad?
Yeah.
Deb Holland is much worse.
Flat out Marxist. Flat
And so
out
Republican
Marxist.
Party, where's the candidates? I need you to pony out the candidates. I know it's early, but Deb Holland has already started fundraising. We need the Republican candidates. Tom, who would you pick?
You know what? Yeah, I will put, because I have it on speed dial, I would say, Susanna, would you come back for another run?
Can she?
Yes, you can.
Wasn't she term limited out?
Yeah, but you can wait 4 years and you can run again.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That'd be my pick.
Very good.
And I know she ain't perfect, but who is?
Yeah, that would be detrimental for New Mexico for sure. All right, Scott Jennings talking about Doge. He was on CNN. You know, that guy's got a tough job because, I mean, you think it's bad that we got one liberal in the studio being Tom? This guy's got to battle like 10 different liberals, and he does a great job. From CNN, Scott Jennings talks about Doge.
I think this is absolutely America first. It's needed policy, and it's what people have been asking for years. And honestly, politicians have talked about doing this for a very long time. The only difference is they never do it. You've had presidents from both parties say, I'm going to make the government smaller. I'm going to go in and look at the bureaucracy and make it more efficient. I'm going to trim where I can, trim the fat. No one ever does it. Reports are written, committees meet, people have phone calls, press conferences are held, and nothing ever happens except the government gets larger and larger. Lo and behold, Donald Trump shows up and throws out the sledgehammer, the instrument of destruction, Elon Musk, to actually do it and do it at lightning speed.
Amen.
This is precisely what voters have been demanding. Is he going to break a few eggs along the way? That's fine. They'll have plenty of political latitude to do it because action is what's wanted by the American people.
Amen, amen, amen. And Elizabeth Warren is one of the folks that are out there. She's banging on doors. She wants the investigation to stop. But listen to what she said 15 years ago.
You know, when that much money disappears, it's usually because somebody broke some laws somewhere. But if we don't look, if we don't ask, if we don't uncover it and make it all public, we'll never find out.
Oh, and now
We are here to fight back.
Oh, it's a little different sound now. She wants to fight back. And Tucker Carlson talks about the cartels in Mexico, talks about Ukraine. Is there a connection? Where is our money going? Here's what Tucker had to say.
Last weekend, I had a meeting in a ski resort in the Alps, which is probably the most expensive town in the world. I was not there to ski, for the record. But the whole town is Ukrainian. You know, all the visitors are Ukrainian, and they're rolling into Hermes and dropping $1 million in an afternoon. All through Europe, you see this. The richest people are the Ukrainians. That money is ours. It belongs to me and you and every other American taxpayer. That's where it's going. Second fact, not guess, fact is the Ukrainian military is selling a huge percentage, up to half of the arms that we send them. Half. And I'm not guessing about this. I know that for a fact, not speculation. And a lot of us winding up with the drug cartels on our border. This is a crime.
So those guns that we ship to Ukraine are getting back to the drug cartels and could be used to kill Americans.
Yep.
Defending the border.
Yep. And remember, the Ukraine has never been listed as one of our allies.
Never, ever, ever.
And yet
We've got
Israel has been, and the Biden administration stopped shipments to them.
We've got some decisions to make when it comes to Ukraine. Hopefully, Donald Trump moves fairly quick. Looks like a monkey blamed for a nationwide power outage in Sri Lanka due to a monkey.
What do you do?
How many people live on the island, Tom?
I say they about 1 million.
2.3 million monkeys on the island.
Oh, wow.
Oh, 2.3
Yeah.
monkeys. Oh, man.
Not million monkeys and about 22 million people.
And
But they were able to get the grid back up. All is good. But a monkey being blamed for the outage. Tom, where is it located? Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka is over there by Southeast Asia.
Oh, it's right there.
Right in your neighborhood.
You're close. Looks like Trump's Justice Department ordered the Manhattan Attorney General to dismiss corruption charges against Mayor Adams. Your thoughts, Blake?
Yeah, go. I don't.
Yeah. Well, remember, he actually met with Trump.
He did.
Yep.
But, I don't know. If we're going after corruption, let's go after all corruption.
Yes, definitely. All right, I got a story about a woman that ran into a tank. How did that happen? And Zelensky comes to terms with Donald Trump. I haven't read this story. I'll do that during the break. We'll come back. Quick check of the weather this morning being brought to you by North Star Laundry, one-stop shop for all your laundry. Dry cleaning, starching, pressing. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes. It's a one-stop shop for all of your laundry. And if you don't want them to wash, dry, and fold your clothes, they have coin-operated machines right there at all three of their locations. 609 West Lee in Carlsbad, 604 West Church in Carlsbad, and 406 West Cedar in Loving. One-stop shop for all your laundry. It's North Star Laundry. High temperature today, 55. Some sun by this afternoon. 39 tonight. Maybe a little drizzle tonight. 20% chance of early evening showers. And then 62 for your Wednesday. Up in Ruidoso, we're talking about a high of 53, but winds gusting up to 35 miles an hour, most of that coming from the southwest. Other than that, sunny today. 40-mile-an-hour winds tonight, down to about 30, and tomorrow the wind is back and 44 for the high. 5-day forecast, go to W105radio.com. Quick check of the weather. Being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction, a trusted name across southeast New Mexico when it comes to siding, metal buildings, windows, doors, seamless gutters, and a whole lot more. They do an awesome job. They get the job done. That's why they are a trusted name across southeast New Mexico. Go to the website, SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com, or you can just call them 575-391-1430. Tom, quickly to the text.
All right, text is saying, when Tom saw Palin on that plane, or Palin saw him, I bet she said, golly, how many buffets can he scarf down in 2 hours? Says the texter.
I am so, he is so hot.
We shared a moment, me and her.
Oh, Lord. Sounds like Tom's in the bus making balloon animals every night. Says, I hate you all equally. And this person was thinking the same thing that I was thinking when you asked who you would recommend from the Republican Party to run for governor. And I immediately thought of David Gallegos or Larry Scott, because we know of our locally,
Yeah. I love both of those guys, but you got to get someone from up north, because that's where all the voting takes place.
Correct. And some people are asking, about Mark Ronchetti. Where did he go? I sure liked his stance on running for governor of New Mexico. Mark Ronchetti for governor. I mean, we know of our local senators, but Blake is correct. You've got to get somebody.
I don't know if Mark would come back to run again. Look, this guy gave up a lot. He gave up a job. How much was he making? Like $250,000
$250,000 a year, weatherman.
$250,000 a year. You know how long the weatherman is on the air? About 5 minutes a night.
Yeah, but he's working behind the scenes,
Yeah, but still. He gave up $250,000 for a easy peasy job.
He did.
And what's he doing now?
Podcast.
Podcast.
Yeah. Which, by the way, is pretty successful if you go look at how many listeners he has.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe he'll run.
Well, what about Nella Domenici?
It's another one.
Yeah, she couldn't win the Senate though.
She's not running for Senate.
I know, but she couldn't win it. She didn't win it.
Not a fan. Me personally,
Yeah,
not a fan.
I'm just asking. I mean, I'm talking names that you know. What
we
about?
need somebody that is charismatic. We need somebody that can appeal to younger voters,
What about Crystal Diamond?
Hispanic voters.
Never heard of her.
You've never heard of Crystal Diamond?
How about that Lord chick? What's her name?
That Laura chick.
The Lord chick. What's her last name? Stephanie Lord. She's a good one.
She's way too conservative to get elected in this state. Tom.
Right. You got to have someone. You got to have someone that's close to the middle.
Yep. You're not going to get in this state. You're never going to get an uber conservative elected. Look, it hurts my feelings too, but that's the God's honest truth. In this state, and that's why Susana Martinez was elected. Number one, her last name is Martinez. I'm not a fan of identity politics, but that's the God's honest truth.
And in this state, it makes a difference.
Sure.
And she was, middle ground. She was a moderate Republican.
Well, how about that old boy from the mayor from Espanola?
Tom, that ship done sailed a long time ago.
The Democrats in Ukraine are evil and have been stealing our tax money, says a texter.
Yeah.
And are they changing the name from New Mexico to New America? No.
America.
No.
Smokey says, when did y'all let Tom play with the power lines?
Smoke, that's problematic. at
Older than
best.
thou leftist is saying, Ukraine is selling weapons to the Mexican cartels. Really? Laugh my A off. Now, the mental gymnastics that Tucker Carlson, man who was fired from Fox because his lies lost them $1 billion will go, I don't know.
It did not.
What's sadder, Tuck or the sheep who believe him? Says,
By the way, he has more viewers on his podcast
I was going to say.
than he had on Fox.
Go look up the real statistics instead of copying someone else's statistics.
And by the way, it wasn't $1 billion. And here's the other thing. Tucker Carlson worked for Fox News, but he also owned the Daily, was it the Daily Mail or the Daily Beast?
Beast, I think.
And I don't, holier than thou leftist, I'm going to come back to you personally and say, I don't know what's more sad, the fact that you're a leftist or the fact that you listen to a right show.
Well, he's trying to get educated.
To get to us
he
your
finds
leftist comments.
Voice sexy. He finds Tom's voice
very
sexy.
sad.
Well, and he actually wants to learn the
A little
truth and push some buttons.
Yeah, no buttons.
All right, we got to take a break. It's already 8:57. Right now, take advantage of the promo code W105 when you go to Atlas Makeup Mirror and Grooming Tool. ×1, ×5, ×10 magnification for a makeup mirror and grooming tool. Very bright LED lights and just in time for Valentine's Day. Rebecca is ready to ship these things out. Go online and order right now. Or you can give her a call and you can pick it up at her office. 575-631-3189. It's a perfect gift for Valentine's Day. And right now they're offering 25% off when you mention W105. Go to that website, atlasmakermirror.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram. They also have the wall mount mirror that is available. And mention W105, get 25% off. She'll love it. She will be super, super stoked. AtlasMakerMirror.com for more information. Taking a break. We're coming back. When we come back, Zelensky comes to terms with Donald Trump. We'll talk about that coming up next. We're KWMW, Malchamora, 105.1 FM, and KWES 93.5 in Ruidoso.
MTD Radio News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Get the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovard. A new documentary about the fatal on-set shooting of cinematographer Helena Hutchins is set to premiere on March 11th on Hulu. Last Take, Rust and the Story of Helena focuses on the final days of Hutchins' life while working on the movie in October of 21, before she was killed by actor Alec Baldwin when the gun he was pointing at Hutchins in the camera fired, killing her. Directed and produced by Rachel Mason, who was a friend of Hutchins, the film aims to highlight the work Hutchins was doing when she died and the career cut short by the tragedy. A new bill aimed at cracking down on violent youth criminals stirred up rigorous debate in the state's capital on Saturday as lawmakers shared their support and concerns about the potential new law. If passed, the new law would expand what defines a serious youth offender. The proposed law would label a serious youth offender as a child between the ages of 14 and 18 who is charged with second-degree murder, rape, shooting at a dwelling, and unlawfully possessing a firearm, among other serious charges. It would also allow law enforcement to transport a young offender in juvenile detention to a jail facility when they turn 18. The bill was tabled on a 3-2 vote along party lines, with Representatives John Block and Stephanie Lord voting in favor of the bill, and Representatives Joanne Ferry, Angelica Rubio, and Liz Thompson voting to table it. And Fort Worth-based U.S. Energy Development Corporation said it will spend up to $1 billion this year, primarily in the Permian Basin. The announcement followed a record-breaking year during which U.S. EDC deployed nearly $800 million into operated and non-operated projects. Chairman and CEO Jordan Jason said the company expects Permian Basin to remain the primary focus of its investment in 2025, due largely to the economics of drilling and operating wells in the area. And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard. This is MTD Radio News.
Is success built overnight, or is it the result of strategic exposure? Either way, every business deserves the chance to thrive. From crafting compelling messages to reaching the right audience, MTD Radio offers a marketing magic that is almost indescribable. Start your journey today by promoting your business with MTD Radio's 7 stations across New Mexico and West Texas. Visit mtdradio.com or call 866-70-RADIO and let us help your business soar. Broadcast your success with the help of this station.
Did you know that when you become employed with Eddy County, you'll be receiving one of the best and most competitive benefits packages in southeast New Mexico? Eddy County offers great pay, paid vacation, paid sick leave, and holiday pay. In addition, you get para-retirement, and for full-time employees, 100% health insurance paid and 60% for your dependents. You can find a list of open positions and apply at New Mexico Workforce Connection or online at eddycounty.org. Eddy County is an equal opportunity employer.
Why are families driving from West Texas, Hobbs, Jow, Eunice, all over southeastern New Mexico to shop at Bob's Ridgeway? Is it the everyday low prices, the most locally grown farm fresh produce? Is it the hand-selected and cut meat for the hundreds of weekly specials, the clean, friendly shopping environment? Or is it just the fact that that's where for over 50 years your grocery dollar has always gone farther? It's all of these. It's Bob's Ridgeway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington, where your grocery dollar goes farther.
Hey, Danny Kelly here at the big store, Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan. You know, I keep hearing people talk about how they believe they can get a better deal in Texas. Well, let me make it clear to everyone. You can't. No Texas dealer will ever beat Permian. Our prices are the lowest guaranteed. I'll beat any Texas deal on any new vehicle, or I'll go get it for you for free. On top of that, I'm also going to throw in a free lifetime powertrain warranty for anybody that buys and services with us. And you can take that Permian promise to the bank. So before you go driving, spending time, money, and valuable resources to chase a fairy tale, remember, shop local and save big. The only thing bigger in Texas are the prices. So if you need a great deal on a new or pre-owned vehicle and you want to make it fast, fun, and easy, just come down to Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan, 701 West Navajo Drive in Hobbs.
I'm Danny Kelly, and I approve this message.
The
best way to wake up.
Be in the Breakfast Club. Substantial penalty for early withdrawal.
Sorry.
Listen to the end, because you might, miss something.
So are you ready? Why don't we do this? All right.
Be part of the show. Call 877-396-W105.
Another day in paradise. We are beyond the Breakfast Club. Looks like after his stellar performance in Gladiator 2, Denzel Washington says that he was snubbed by the Oscars and said it's no big deal, which means that Denzel cares less about the Academy Awards than the average American, because the average American, we don't care about the Academy Awards. The Jets have walked away from Aaron Rodgers. They're moving on. Will he play again, Tom?
He's going to be 44 years old. I think he's done.
I would retire.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Blake brought up yesterday that he could go back to the Packers so he could retire as the Packer.
Right.
Ceremonial thing.
That would be. Brett Favre did it. And he's kind of followed the same path that Brett Favre did, even going to the Jets. So, yeah.
Yes. The only thing that he didn't do was send pictures of his junk to a trainer.
Well, that we know of.
Yeah, well, maybe he did. David Swimmer is asking Elon Musk to ban Kanye West from X because of his sick hate speech. Meanwhile, we hear that Kanye's X account has been deactivated after days of him posting anti-Semitic stuff on there. He's a weird dude. Kanye West is a nut job. And I'll say it again. This is what happens when you sleep with the Kardashians.
Yeah,
there was probably a nut job way before that.
He's a nut job. I'm not in favor of banning anyone.
Nah, me either.
There's some things that you shouldn't say and can't say and probably should be held responsible for.
Correct.
But freedom of speech is freedom of speech. I will defend your right to say something, even if I hate what you're saying.
Correct.
Yep. World Athletics Association moves to a cheek swab to determine female eligibility to make sure that men are not competing against women. You're a little late, but I applaud this, and this coming after Donald Trump bans women from competing against boys or competing against women in college.
So the big cheeks or the little cheeks?
Tom, it would be a cheek swab where they swab your cheek. They're not swabbing your rectum. Sorry to disappoint you. Let the deal get done. Zelensky calls Trump's terms acceptable.
Really?
For a security partnership. Now, you remember the deal.
Yes, trade for land.
Donald Trump said, okay, you want all this stuff from us, but we want your rare earth minerals in exchange for the guns and ammo and the weapons that we're sending you. By the way, J.D. Vance supposedly met with Zelensky and got that deal done. So in light of them selling the arms to the cartels, and maybe Donald Trump didn't know that at the time. Maybe there needs to be an investigation. Tom, I know you're not a Tucker Carlson fan, but I can't see him saying that without having some proof.
Sure.
But Donald Trump is a businessman making deals. Oh, you want? You want from us? We need from you. And a Colombian national, or multiple nationals, arrested in connection with a dozen home burglaries in Oregon. Police said that up to 30 men and women, part of this big organization, crime organization, where they would break into people's homes and steal all the people's stuff. Thank God they arrested him. Now let's work on deporting every one of them. Get them out of here. And Pete Hegseth says that Fort Bragg is coming back, but with a twist. So the name was changed. Fort Bragg, the name was changed, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So Defense Secretary on Monday directing the U.S. Army to change the name of Fort Liberty back to Fort Bragg, but with a twist. He signed a memo aboard the U.S. Air Force C-17 before landing in Germany, ordering the renaming of the North Carolina base to Fort Roland L. Bragg, not the Confederate general that held the previous namesake. So it is Fort Bragg, but it's not the Confederate general.
Right.
A little different.
Yep.
And we told you early this morning about Vince Neal.
The plane.
His plane involved in that crash in Scottsdale, Arizona, but he was not on board the plane.
Right.
2 people, critical condition. And a man who broke into an Albuquerque car dealership takes a plea deal. Why do we even have prosecutors in this state?
It's a good question.
It seems like maybe we ought to have like plea dealers.
Yeah, because it's like 85% of the cases are
they're all pleaded out. Daniel Caldera pleaded guilty to aggravated burglary, larceny, card on tape, breaking into a car dealer in Albuquerque. So took the plea deal. Sentencing coming later. Please. That's all we do is plea. Tom, I plead the fifth. Tom, on the text, it's already 9:11. Good news of the day still to come. Morning show this morning being brought to you by A Custom Construction and Roofing and insurance specialists. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Local veteran is the owner, operator. His name is Dwayne Penicky. It has been operating A Custom Construction and Roofing for 30-plus years. They also have A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau for 30-plus years. Call them. They'll give you a free estimate on a new construction project or your roof. 575-318-9725. That's 318-9725. And A Custom Construction Roofing just warning you about these out-of-town unlicensed contractors. When they're gone, your warranty is gone. Tom, on the text, it's 912.
I got one first. Somebody sent this to me. It says, remember that freedom of speech is free from the government kicking your butt over what you say. It's not free of social consequences of saying something stupid. 100% agree with that. But then they go on and they ask, so with Elon being part of the government, is X really covered under freedom of speech now? Kevin?
He's not an employee of the government. Right. And by the way, Elon has been working with the government, even under the Biden administration.
Right. SpaceX.
And everybody is scared about Elon Musk having your personal information. Well, I signed it in my PayPal account today. Who designed PayPal?
Elon and his brother.
Yes. Maybe they had your personal information. Oh, my goodness.
But I think I think the big point there is you're not free from the social consequences of what you say.
Well, this texter says, we were taught in school that you have freedom of speech to say what you want as long as you don't impose it upon the rights of others.
Yep.
Says the text.
And again, you're not free from the consequences of your speech.
That's true.
Continue, Tom.
And Smokey in Arizona says, B, you said another day in paradise. Yes, it is. And we don't want to leave Hawaii.
Oh, I know.
Smokey says this morning.
Just get a place, Smokey. We'll move over with you.
Well, maybe. How about Mark Ronchetti? Can he run again?
He can.
He never elected. He was never elected, so he can run.
Yeah, he can run. And he would be a good candidate.
He came the closest.
Yeah. And he would be a good candidate. because of where he stands politically.
Now, how about Elisa Martinez we mentioned before? Can she beat Deb?
Possibly. Now, Elisa Martinez is the right to life person up in Albuquerque, so you're going to have a little bit of that.
Yeah, that's part of the
baggage,
problem.
But she was done dirty by the Republican Party when they tried to get Mark Moores to go up against Melanie Stansbury.
Amen. Amen. And I like Elise.
I do too.
I do too.
I met her once. She's nice.
And someone is saying, how about Larry Barker for governor?
He's the TV investigative reporter.
He's a Democrat.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Is he a Dem?
Yeah.
So
I don't think he's going to be your Republican candidate.
Yeah.
Something tells me he's not going to be.
And someone disagreed. David Gallegos would not be a good candidate.
Well, again, he's way to the right. He is not middle of the road. And so that would be a hard election to win statewide.
That would be very hard. And I love David.
I do.
love everything about David, what he stands for. But in this state,
few people fight harder.
Yeah. In this state, it would be very hard to elect a far right Republican.
Here's a name. You guys are going to disagree with it, but I think because
Gary Johnson.
No, because he's back home now. Mayor Jennings of the city of Roswell.
As a Republican, are you smoking crack? Are you smoking methamphetamine or crack?
He's not a Republican.
He's been on both sides.
He's not a Republican.
He's running a Republican town. They voted for him.
Are you shading me?
Man.
Are you? Wait a second.
He was the state senator for Travis County for 35 years. Come on now.
Yeah, I think you're into it.
His nose is so brown, it's almost black.
He's come to see the other side, guys. Come on now.
Goodness. Are you? He is a lifetime Democrat.
I don't think so.
He is a lifetime.
I would support him.
Let me take you back.
You would support Hillary.
Let me take you back to 2009 when Cliff Pirtle ran against Tim Jennings.
Well, maybe.
I told Tim Jennings that I would vote for Tom A. before I would vote for him because of the real ID, because people like me would have to buy passports for my 5 kids to travel because our driver's license was given to illegal aliens. And by the way, Tim Jennings is the one that thought that was a great idea.
Well,
so please don't say that he should run as the Republican candidate. As a guy that's not even a Republican, that's offensive as hell.
He was out of Santa Fe for several years.
And that's one of the most stupidest things you have ever said.
And he's from southeast New Mexico.
How tight is he with Michelle Lujan Grisham?
He ain't that tight with her.
You are a fool.
Yes.
He's not that tight with her.
A fool.
Otherwise, he'd be down there pumping that.
Hold up. Let me do it again. I got to do it again. Oh, my goodness.
At least if you're going to come up with someone, come up with a Republican.
By the way, the mayor of Rio Rancho is probably the front runner at this point. That's the guy who's probably going to throw his hat in the ring.
Yeah. I think Mark Ronchetti would be the better choice out of statewide name recognition.
Well, we'll see. But we need some, since the Dems have their candidate, pretty much.
And I think he could beat her. I think he could beat Helen.
Yeah.
Because she's pretty dumb.
I just hope it's a man.
She is
honestly.
dumb.
I just hope
let's pony up some cash. Let's pony up some cash.
Yeah.
We got to give some money. We got to, because Deb Haaland is going to pull money from places like you have never seen.
I'll text him later and see if he has any interest.
Yeah, please. But Tim Jennings, all right, text line. I want to hear from you. Tom A. wants a lifetime Democrat to run for the Republican nomination for governor. Where could that go wrong? Holy crap-a-moly. Oh, my goodness.
I know the man can go on both sides, okay?
So you like people that go both ways?
He can relate to the Democrats and the Republicans.
But he's a Democrat.
He can relate to both.
You can't run on a party ticket that you're not a member of the party.
Obviously, Roswell Republicans voted for him as mayor.
You're an idiot.
So they believe
Have I said he's an idiot yet this morning?
You've said it about 3 times.
I'm really trying not to. But, man, you make it hard.
He would be a good candidate, guys. Come on now. He's from here, too. You guys don't realize. You got to look at the bigger picture.
He's
you don't
from
even
where?
know what the picture is.
Let me just say this. Have you ever heard Tim Jennings speak? He's 74 years old. And Tim, sorry, but he can barely put 3 sentences together.
I can understand him.
He is a lifetime Democrat. From the moment he ran for office in 1978 to the moment he was dethroned in 2012, he was a lifetime Democrat. He's listed as a Democrat today. And you think it's a good idea that he run as a Republican nomination? Number one, he would have to change parties. Are you smoking crack?
No, but
or is it pre-dementia?
But has he not, when he was up there, did he not protect our interest in oil and gas? He dang sure did.
Oh, my goodness. Text line 877-396-W105. Good news of the day. Good news is Tom will be off the show in a couple weeks, maybe. He can go up to Santa Fe with Tim Jennings. Holy crap.
Tim Jennings would be a horrible governor. Him and Michelle Lujan are buddies.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Ain't that close, boys.
Tim Jennings needs to carry a plan around with him to replace the oxygen he wastes. He's just a drunk idiot.
Monica.
That's what the texter said. Go ahead, Tom.
The Roswell Republican says the texter voted for that guy on the independent ticket and had no chance of winning. No Jennings, says the texter.
Tom pushing to get a Democrat into office. Tom's a lifetime Democrat. Tom, you going to make B cuss? All I can say is dummy.
Can you imagine Tim Jennings penning a bill for DWIs? Best thing you can do is just leave the scene.
You just don't have any like for him. That's all that is. It's not
Just
even,
flee.
It's not even about parties, B.
No, I
Just
like him.
flee.
I liked him.
I like him too.
But that doesn't translate to be a good governor, and especially for a party
He
he's
is
not a member
Democrat hack. He is a lifetime Democrat, and you just said he should run as a Republican governor nominee for the governor of New Mexico.
Yep.
You have lost your mind.
He'd be a good one.
Okay, I'm going to go real quick. New Mexico has been ran by Democrats forever. We're last in everything. Don't you think it's time for a change? Yes. Freak Tim Jennings, says another one. And of course you can understand Tim Jennings, Tom. You speak Biden. Tom, you're such a
Exactly.
Democrat. You have no idea how you sound. And
Holy
someone said, is that you guys playing Periquito? And I told him, yes, that is Tom's background music when he says something idiotic. And they said, play it again.
Hurry, because we really got to take another break before we get to the bottom
Yes.
And
One more.
The day that God handed out brains, Tom A. thought he said trains and ran to the window.
Amen.
Then licked it.
All right. We got to get to the good news of the day. We'll do that when we return. News this morning being brought to you by Lottie and the Thriftway. Sirloin pork chops, just $1.49 a pound. Get the chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken breast for a low price of $1.99 a pound. And the boneless chuck roast, $5.99 a pound. And New York strip steaks for $7.99 a pound. Strawberries. Get a container for just $1.77. Juicy oranges, 3-pound bag for $1.99. Seedless grapes, $2.77 a pound. And don't forget, they've got big savings for lots of Valentine cookouts. If you're thinking about cooking out, get the cooked shrimp for just $5.99. And you can get russet potatoes for just $2.99 for a bag. Cool Whip. You can get it for just $2.98 for a container. And if you're looking for refreshments, they've got you covered with the refreshments at La Tienda in Carlsbad. Get Bud Light, Coors Light, and Tecate, Miller Lite, 12-pack of 16-ounce bottles for just $12.99. And don't forget, try the taco bar and get while you're there, pick up your tortillas, corn, tortillas, and more. Coming right back, we're B and the Breakfast Club, 9:25.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster.
It's time for our great industries to come back to America.
Export nations are threatening countermeasures after President Trump announces steel and aluminum getting hit with 25% tariffs starting in a month, and plans for what he calls reciprocal tariffs on imports from countries that charge more for American imports. The president meets this morning with Jordan's King Abdullah and says Israel's ceasefire with Gaza should end unless Hamas releases all hostages by Saturday.
The terror group is brushing off President Trump's message, saying it will free the hostages only within the framework of the existing ceasefire, even calling into question the next planned release. Complaining Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is reneging on aspects of the deal. Israel, for its part, mobilizing its military, preparing for the worst.
Fox's Greg Palkot in Tel Aviv, Israel. President Trump says American aid to Jordan and Egypt could end if they don't take in Palestinians from Gaza. America's listening to Fox News.
Medications taking away key nutrients from your body? Struggling with weight loss? Pharmacy 575 offers all your prescription needs and more. From their My Daily Medication program with pre-dosed packages to weight loss plan with in-body scanner or their medication and wellness consultations, let Pharmacy 575 help. With walk-in vaccines and local delivery, they do it all. Go see Pharmacy 575 at 305 East Sanger, Suite 600 or call 575-263-2908. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Pharmacy 575. Your health, their priority.
President's Day at National Furniture Liquidators. Everything on sale. Save up to $800 on Simmons Beauty Rest mattress. A queen mattress as low as $177. Ashley sofa and love seat just $695 both pieces, or an Ashley reclining sofa or love seat just $399 each. Queen bedroom 2 colors just $988 plus a free chest. All this plus great financing options regardless of your credit. National Furniture Liquidators. When it comes to value, quality, and selection,
Nobody beats yours. In need of environmental services? Having trouble getting your state lease reclamation approved? JBW Solutions is a veteran-owned company that is dedicated to proudly serving Southeast New Mexico and West Texas with quality environmental services. JBW Solutions specializes in state lease reclamations and compliance reporting and approval, including project management, environmental tech support, soil sampling, and more. Contact them at 860-460-4398 and like them on Facebook.
This is Rhonda Romack of Destiny Real Estate, where our business is built on dreams and imagination. Right now, the Lincoln County real estate market has more buyers than sellers. What does that mean? It means that the local market of inventory of houses and ranches is low, but we have plenty of buyers ready and willing to purchase properties. So if you've been considering putting something on the market, it's a good time to get top dollar for your investment. Telephone my team of seasoned professionals at 575-257-3000. That's Rhonda Romack of Destiny Real Estate, online at rudoso-nm.com.
There's been talk in the news that it's hard to get credit these days. Not here. Just like always, we're making auto loans. We offer competitive rates and quick service. We make our loan decisions locally, so you don't have to wait for out-of-town approval on your loan. Make this strong move. Get your auto loan from us. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number. You're a member. Federally insured by NCUA.
Embark on a magical adventures with dragons and mythical beasts at the Spencer Theater for the Performing Arts. On Monday, March 3rd at 6 p.m., experience an interactive show featuring magnificent monsters and spellbinding stories, and marvel at the lifelike giant puppets that bring these creatures to life on stage. Get your tickets today by visiting www.spencertheater.com or by calling the box office at 575-336-4800. We'll see you at the Spencer.
Wilbanks LLC, formerly known as Wilbanks Trucking Services LLC, is the same family-oriented company as in the past 30 years, seeking dedicated employees. Immediate openings for NCCCO certified crane operators, CDL positions, and riggers. Apply online at willbanks.us or call Darla King at 575-746-6318. You can stop by 309 South 20th Street, Suite 9 in Artesia, New Mexico. Willbanks LLC offers competitive pay, paid time off, health, dental, vision, and retirement benefits. All starting wages are determined by experience. Willbanks LLC is dedicated to the safety and well-being of their employees, providing quality training and safety practices. Willbanks LLC has locations in Artesia and Hobbs, New Mexico. Coming soon, 74 East Compress Road, Artesia, New Mexico, and 1607 Southwest County Road in Hobbs.
In the who's who of radio, we're a what?
And who are you?
Be in the Breakfast Club, 877-396-W105. Call or text.
Nothing about that show makes sense.
No, back to the show.
Coffee kind of makes me nervous when I drink it.
Good news of the day this morning being brought to you by Herschel, Ruston, Hayes, Avenue D, and Lovington, 575-396-0513. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. You can take care of all of your insurance. 575-396-0513. Proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
A guy in L.A. got to meet the firefighters who saved his home from the Palisades fire last month. His name is Anthony Nesburn, and they left a heartfelt note in his mailbox that said they weren't able to save many homes, but they were proud they could save his. That's pretty cool. And a sad donkey named Eeyore, of course, is doing much better after getting a new home on Vancouver Island, of course, in Canada. He lived alone his whole life in someone's backyard and wasn't great with other animals. A sanctuary called Home for Hooves took him in when his owner passed away. And the woman who runs it wanted to give him something to do. So she tossed a big old yoga ball out in his pen, and he played with it constantly until it popped. But then people on social media started sending more and more yoga balls, and he ended up with about 40 of them. He still plays with them, but he doesn't need them as much anymore because he finally bonded with 3 other rescue donkeys that she brought in. She says it's nice to see him finally have a family. Also, she renamed him Earl because Eeyore is just too depressing. And Kevin, that is the good news of the day.
We're out of here. Speaking of jackasses, Russ Black is coming up. I love you, Russ.
The award-winning Russ Black.
All right, news this morning being brought to you by Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. Your choice for your next HVAC job. They can take care of your heater, your air conditioner. Give them a call, 575-631-1999. Call Enrique Rocha today. He can take care of you. He takes care of all our air conditioning and heating. We'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early at 6:06 for the, it's a Wednesday Hump Day edition. This week is flying by. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Check you out then.
MTD